is the code. Please, if you are looking at it now and thinking like I was, I just want a little bit something extra. I just want a little. I'm really into gemstones, which every single time you look at them, it gives you something new. And this strand does that so elegantly. Get it home today, and it can be yours for just £8.95. Trust me on this. When you see it, you are going to be blown away with the beauty of this. We're going to have to do a recording of that at some point. We really, really are. £8.95 for you. If you have not yet given it a go, this is your chance for just £8.95. And it is, when you get it home, you too will just see why it is so loved and adored. And it's unique as well, isn't it? I can't think of any other gemstone that looks like this. £8.95. Get it whilst you can. Going to bring to you now. Oh, keep dropping this. Some pearls. Now, I think that strand is the watermelon strand that's on screen at the moment. That's fun, it's bright, and this is just so classical. The reason this is bold and beautiful is because not only is it your favourite colour of pearl, pure white, it's also totally, completely round. Plain rounds of your white pearls, 10mm. Now, a lot of the time, your round pearls are seen as the most high-end, the most exquisite, because of course, for Mother Nature to create these perfect rounds, it's a complete and absolute rarity. It really is. A lot of the time you'll see, you know, your potato pearls, which are slightly larger in one direction than the other side. You'll also get, you know, the Baroque pearls that have a lot of indentations and they'll be kind of irregular in size. To get round, perfectly round, it's a complete phenomenon, and it really, really is a total rarity. When it comes to pearls, the rounds are the rarest by far. And I think that kind of adds to its classic look, realistically. What do you think about round pearls, Debbie?
I just think that you could buy them this year, next year, the year after, and you know they're going to sell. They are an absolute sure bet. That's from the 1980s or the 1970s. It can go back hundreds of years, and you would not be able to date them. And I think that is nice for any age group. You can make a nice elasticated bracelet with a really contemporary little charm on the front.
Yeah. Or
you could make a stunning pearl necklace and give it to your granny.
Yes.
It can be any age, I think. I think they are just a winner.
Totally true. Do you know what that's just made me think of? You were saying a contemporary little centrepiece. I have got something coming up for you, which the last time I sold it here was right early on in January, and I have been and asked management today whether or not we can do a deal on it for you. Now, it has not had a deal on it since last year, and I'm talking mid last year, August, wasn't it, last year? I've wangled a deal for it today, and you can make your own contemporary charms, you can do your own fingerprints with it. I'm so excited to bring that to you. That's coming up in a little bit as well. What a packed packed show. So you could, with what I've got coming up for you later, make a little contemporary charm either with silver clay or with polymer. And what about popping it in between these pearls as a little connector, as a little interesting spacer, as a little focal point? We've had on 10 by 11, 9 by 10 potato pearls, so they're obviously the slightly irregular in size, they're not perfect rounds. And even for that, we're looking around £25, £26, what we've done. These are perfect rounds. I've said it's a total phenomenon. It's so hard, it's so rare to get your hands on perfect rounds. We don't even have them on here that often. Bear that price in mind for potato pearls, and then cast your eyes over this price. £19.95 for perfect rounds. Do 3 of these, £19.95, and this is a necklace length for me All you need to do is pop a lobster claw clasp or something on the back. If you wanted to do it really quick and easy, then you could. I don't want to watch my mic, sorry. And what about doing them, you know, in the classical, in fact, I've got a pearl knotter tool on for you in a little bit. I've got that later on. Imagine this in a really traditional form with that, with pearl knotters. And I keep telling you about pearls at the moment and the film that's coming out this month, which is Vanishing Pearls, all to do with the oil spill and tsunamis and the reason that pearls are dramatically going up and up in price. So get them at this. They're traditional, but they're also timeless. Got people buying 3 of these. Please do enjoy these, get them home, because they're going to go with everything. And they really do, don't they? Say that to me again, my love. No problem. Oh, hello, my friend. Oh, come here. Oh, Opal, how I love thee. I can't believe I've never written a poem about Opal. Do you know what? Ode to Opal. I'll work on it, ladies. 100 carats worth of this blue opal, and these are the plain slabs. Now we're getting more and more of this shaping because they're really popular. But if someone hasn't seen these before, Debbie B, what would we suggest for this?
I love that. To me, that's sort of a pale sort of chambray sort of colour for the summer. You put a nice pair of, you know, cut-off jeans and a white linen shirt on and put those on, you look $1 million. So I would probably use that probably along with pyrite. Yeah, which would look stunning. You could use it with bronzite, or you could add something completely out of the ordinary, like rose quartz. You could do. It depends what sort of look you want. Yeah. I just think they're stunning, or even clear quartz, or just little silver beads, or some silver chain. I personally would just restrand it. That's really boring, you know, isn't it?
No, it's not.
I think that would look stunning.
I do. I love the idea of it with pyrite, and I've got this later, but I've actually got some natural pyrite in a little bit as well. I think, imagine doing a totally natural necklace with this and the pyrite. Beautiful. Really pretty. 100 carats worth you have here. It's such a really cooling, calming, relaxing colour, and we're going to give you a very chilled out price on this as well today. 18 centimetre strand for just £9.95. Do you know what? I'll be totally honest with you. I adore Opal, and I always have. I always have. But one of the reasons, this is going to make me sound so snobby, but one of the reasons I quite like Opal. Oh, I just own a strand of Opal. Oh, how posh, that's what you think, isn't it? And that's one of the reasons I love it. £9.95.
I'd buy 2 or 3 actually.
Me too. This is that pyrite I've got coming up.
Oh, you see those together, I just think go beautifully.
Oh my goodness. They are in like the perfect size as well as the spacer, aren't they?
It makes it look more contemporary.
You're so
right. I think it just adds a different sort of look to it. I love that.
I love that. This pyrite's coming up totally natural for you in a little bit. £9.95 on your blue opal DWRU 72. Now these are seriously bold and beautiful. These are bold in size, in shape and in colour. They remind me of chocolate limes, don't they? Don't eat gemstones. 145 carats worth of your bi-coloured chrysoprase. Now, what do you think of these tones together? When you look at this straight away, because I know what it makes me think of, but I'd be interested to know what it makes you think of straight away. When you see these blues and these real, greens and these really deep browns together, is there anything that springs to mind?
Chocolate, like mint chocolate. Is that what you mean? Mint
chocolate.
Sorry, just mint chocolate.
Just chocolate.
Mint chocolate. Ooh, mint chocolate. Yes, it looks quite red actually from over here. The brownie colour looks slightly sort of garnety sort of colour, is it not?
Yeah.
From over here it does anyway.
Yeah, no, I can see what you mean, definitely. It has got kind of a bit of a red tone to it.
So I thought to put garnets with it or something would look really nice.
Oh yeah, I think that's a fab idea. These are bold, these are large as well, aren't they? Chrysoprase is absolutely huge in certain areas of the world. In fact, in Hong Kong, chrysoprase per carat goes for up to, the equivalent of £100 per It is the gemstone there. It is the one.
I wonder if it's because of the Chinese thing about red and green are very, very traditional for them.
Very true, actually.
So I wonder if that's the reason, because it has got the ruby colour.
It has got that redness to it, definitely. And that's, of course, a lucky colour, isn't it?
Yeah.
145 carats worth you've got here. You won't be paying anywhere near £100 per carat today. The price for this is a very tiny £9.95. 145 carats. I've got 5 on my strand. Of course, yours will be done on carats weight. You might get 6, you might get 7, you might get 4, but you're more than likely going to be getting around 5 on your strand for £9.95 today. On this bicoloured chrysoprase, 18 mil on these today. And although they are classed as large nuggets, they have still got that beautiful faceting on them. You should be able to see. Can you see how it's around? Oh, I love look at the glitz as the light covers across that. Stunning. Yours today for £9.95. Oh, well, that looked pretty. This is my sagnatic quartz, isn't it? How pretty. This is sagnatic quartz. Now, we've only really had it on a little bit recently. It's the price on this is lower than any of the sagnatic quartz I've ever brought to you. Now, sagnatic quartz is quite an interesting one, because if you try and research it, it is quite tricky. A lot of places will refer to it as strawberry quartz, but strawberry quartz is fake. Essentially, it's grown, you know, in a lab. Essentially, it's glass a lot of the time. This sagnatic quartz is not fake. This is from the ground. This is natural, and it's got this almost rutilation internally within it. But you can see there, the rutilation itself is beautiful little pops of pinks. It's a really interesting gemstone to get your hands on, and I love this shape. I know we've got the spaces in there, in between there, but I can just do that for a really bold and dramatic piece. Maybe even as a bracelet, I think would be really nice. And you get that really interesting undulating look that would then mimic the internal structure of the sagnatic quartz itself, if that makes sense. 80 carats what you get in here. Honestly, this is the lowest price sagnatic quartz that I can ever remember bringing to you. And I'm very excited to say it's yours for just £7.95 today. It's really pretty because the internal almost rutilation is really beautiful little shards of pink, and as you can see, it gives it a really dainty, feminine look without being over the top, overpowering. Do you know what I mean, Debbie?
Yeah, I do actually. That was pink, as people probably know, but that sort of pink, yes, I would definitely wear, but I would put it with a colour that I love, which is bronzite. I think pink and brown, chocolate brown, go really well together.
Gorgeous, yeah.
Strawberry cream, so it's all down to chocolate.
Isn't it?
So, but I think they do go well together. But I think even that with a rutilated quartz to mimic those little flecks, you know, that would look lovely as well.
That would look fab, I can see that. Maybe drops with these or something. And it's almost got it's definitely pink, but it's the body of the gemstone itself isn't pink. It's actually the internal rutilation which is giving it this pink effect. And it's almost a dusky kind of vintage pink.
It is actually, you're quite right. Yes, it is. It is, that's right.
I could almost imagine this. Oh, what is her name now? Kath Kidson.
Yes.
That type of pink, isn't it? So, well, obviously, so fashionable. We got the vintage course in today, and they've been working with colours similar to this.
Yeah, I mean, that with sort of an aquamarine and an antique bronze wire or something together would look really pretty. Oh, I love the idea of that. There's plenty of you on the phones for this. If you haven't treated yourself to sagnatic quartz before, do today, because I can tell you this, it's real low price compared to the prices I've been bringing you for this gemstone recently. And it's a wonderful shape with a lovely gentle graduation, 7x2 to 11x3. It's a 19 centimetre strand, and it's not over the top. It's bold and beautiful in the sense that the internal structure is just so exciting and interesting. Get it home today, £7.95. I'm going to move on, but stay where you are on the phones. Bundle. Whoa, these are bright and bold and beautiful. These are your faceted agate strands. You've got so much going on here. You've got mulberry tones, you've got
really deep amethyst colours, almost Zambian in tone. You've got cerises, you've got really lovely bubblegum pinks, you've got cherry pops in there, you've got almost aquamarine tones as well, you've got sky blues, London blues, forestry greens, peppermint greens as well. 760 carats worth of poppy agate. Would you work with these together, or are you a separator?
I'm not a separator, no. I think I'll probably work with them together. I know about bundles of just the one colour, all pink, all blue, all turquoise, and they used to sell out like a shot.
Really?
So it's nice to see them all together on one strand, because you've got everything then. You've got the best of all the worlds, really. Because the people used to go mad for the pink and the blues and the purples, and then you have to buy everything to get everything together. Well, you've got it here.
You've got it all here in one place. Genuinely, when we did the price on this, we got asked whether or not that was a mistake. Honestly, it's not a mistake. We've genuinely done these two gorgeous strands of faceted poppy agate, 760 carats for
wow,
£8.95 for the whoppers. Two total beauties.
No, you see, I would make a stretchy bracelet of all those colours and take it on holiday, because you've got every colour.
Yeah.
Haven't you? It doesn't matter what you wear.
No.
You're going to have it on your wrist, definitely. I think they're fabulous. And for little girls, you've got a mother and daughter strand, because you can have the blues and the purples, and you can, if you've got a daughter, you can make a nice pretty pink bracelet and what have you.
I think
you can
that's
split
really
them.
beautiful. You can split them up, can't you, and use them just in the banding.
Absolutely.
But it's so interesting, this gemstone. There is loads of you on the phone for this. Stay where you are. The lovely thing with the poppy agate as well is there's so much variation within the gems. Some you have banding, gentle banding, but then some you into these sections. Every single one is totally unique, and I think when you're working with these, you're going to make unique pieces.
Absolutely. They remind me of little mirror balls.
Yes.
Do you know the faceting on them? They're just so sparkly.
They are, aren't they?
They are stunning. They really are. And put that with like the turquoisey ones you've got there, and the decade blue. Put those with rose gold, and you have the pink. Put them with silver, and you have two completely different looks in one strand. I mean, it's just incredible.
I'm just having a little look at these with different colours.
Well, you can mix all of those, couldn't you? You could mix every single one. You know, the gunmetal, the gold.
That chain, it's almost quite, it's kind of vintagey, a little bit calming, a little bit chilled, but then move across, pow, bang, with the silver. Yeah. It almost gives it totally different colour and different look, doesn't it?
And the big look in the shops at the moment is collars made of strings of chain and then cord woven in between, and with lots of beads. I mean, that, you know, for those strands and then the pack of the chain, it's perfect for on-trend jewellery.
On-trend.
On-trend jewellery.
Oh, you're our very own little gawk, aren't you,
Am I? I don't think so.
I have got these chains coming up, loads and loads and loads of them. They're all coming up in one bundle for you in a little bit. So if you got that chain on the morning show that the lovely Maggie works with, then do treat yourself as well to this afternoon, because all of this massive amount of chain is going to be coming in at under 20 quid today. £8.95 is the price on this. What I would say is, hello Vivian in London. Hi Susan. Leslie, Norma, Janet, Patricia. Hello everyone, I hope you're having a lovely morning. But what I would say is those 6 people with it in their baskets, do check out, because it's better to be safe than sorry, and go in as they are, because people that you can't see that people are buying 2 of these. There's quite a few, someone's bought 3 of them as well. You can't see how many people are buying, and what can happen is the people on the phones, if they carry on going the way they are, they can actually take it out of your basket until you press to check out. It's not properly yours. You're just saying that you like it. It's like walking into a restaurant and saying, oh, that creme brulee looks nice. Oh, I might get that later, but not ordering it, and then someone else gets it. Nightmare, nightmare. Don't you hate when someone steals the last creme brulee? These are very, very pretty. And what about with the, what did I bring to you earlier on that I really liked? How about with the Boulder Opal? If you were to do a really big statement, spacers, in fact, you could do it with the blues, couldn't you? That'd be quite nice, quite unusual. Or what about bright pinks in between there? Could do something like that. £8.95 is your price on these two strands. You've got a hefty amount in here. You like to work it together, whether you like to work it separately, whether you even just want to use 3, 4, 5 on each individual piece. It's going to be sparkly, it's going to be seductive, and you know what? It's going to be fun. And isn't that what we all like? £8.95 for 760 carats worth of this beautiful poppy agate. After the break, I'm going to be heading across to lovely Debbie B herself for her first so stunning designer inspiration. See you after this.
When shopping with Jewellery Maker, you can add as many items to your order in one day and only pay one postage and packaging charge. We have 2 delivery options. Standard delivery at just £2.95 and you'll receive your parcel within 3 to 4 days. Happy shopping with Jewellery Maker.
You can now keep in touch by liking Jewellery Maker UK on Facebook. Get interactive with Jewellery Maker.
The fastest way to shop with Jewellery Maker is by going to our website. Just click on the sign up button. Once you've filled in the required details, you can start shopping. You can watch the show by clicking the Watch Live button on the front page. You can also use our Refine tool and narrow down your search. Once you've found an item that you like, just simply click on the Buy Now button and the item will be added to your basket. Don't forget you can add as many items to your basket per day and still only pay 1 P&P. Enjoy shopping with Jewellery Maker.
When you place your first order with us, you will receive a free booklet and DVD full of handy hints, tips and tutorials to help you get started with your new Jewellery Maker hobby.
Get involved with Jewellery Maker by sending the studio a message during our live hours. You can send a text to 60777 and start your message with JM Studio, or alternatively type your message into the box and press send. Make sure you stay tuned in case your message is read out. Get interactive with Jewellery Maker.
Welcome back to Designer Inspiration. Thank you for joining me. My name is Becky and I have got so many goodies today. I have got a bundle of the big 4. They're all going to be coming in less than £100 today. They shouldn't be, but they are. We're going to be doing that about 2:30. I've got all of this chain for you. Brand spanking new, gorgeous. This is going to be coming up before 2, under 20. And you know when I say under, I don't just mean by 5p, do I? You know that. I've got the most stunning strand of opal, which I am in love with. I've got the bag coming up with tools galore, comfort grip. I have got mixed medium. I have got watch and play. I have got just so many goodies today. I cannot wait. So let's get started with our designer inspiration goodies, shall I? So we gave you a bit of a different challenge this time.
Just a bit, yes.
How was it to work with?
Really good, actually. I love to have a challenge, and I've really enjoyed this. Both of them in completely different mediums, but I've really enjoyed this, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
That's good. Because otherwise that'd be horrendous for you to have to do it again.
I've really hated everything.
We have given her a true challenge today. We have got Debbie to work with our Perspex. White, black and clear Perspex. Now I know this black looks grey. It's purely because it has a safety guard on. So you can see. It is black underneath. It's just on both sides. They have the safety amount on there. So you're going to be getting 3 sheets, 1 of each colour. You've also going to be getting your findings pack. This is your silver findings pack and it's got that gorgeous flower connector in it. and it's also got the 3 extender chains. It's got everything you can see on screen, including, but not limited to, a metre of chain, 10 of your flower spacers, 15 of your feather light head pins, and also your beautiful toggle clasp as well in there. So you're going to be getting that. Pyrite. You really, really have worked this into the design so well, haven't you?
Those are my 2. I said one of my favourites. That and labradorite. That would be my perfect kit.
Would it?
Yeah.
What is it about pyrite?
I just think it's not gold, it's not silver. You can sell it to people that wear gold, you can sell it to people that wear silver, because it's in the middle. It is slightly vintage, it's not quite so shiny as silver and gold.
No.
It's a bit more subtle.
Yeah.
And I just think it is very complementary to the skin. I just think it's a really lovely colour.
Completely agree with that. Just everyone has the chance to love it, really, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
Pyrite today, the way, apart from by Mother Nature herself. We get it out of the ground, we shape it, we polish it, and we bring it to you. 380 carats worth you've got on that strand, so a weighty strand. And I like that about pyrite as well. The weight, to me, makes it feel luxurious. It's got that heaviness. You've also got 250 carats of your black agate. These are 10 mil. And these are 12 by 8 mil today. So 250, 380 carats, your findings pack, 3 different colours of your Perspex. You also get pen. Now, talk to us about this.
The pen I used because if any of you came to the NEC last time, we did something called doodle clay, and for those out there who do Zentangle, it is the same sort of thing, which is the same thing really, where you can bake clay and doodle on it.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can bake your white clay and doodle on with black pens, and it's really, really popular. And that I just thought, okay, you could use that with the black and white acrylic. I just thought it would, or Perspex rather, I just thought it would look right with it.
Yeah.
It would go together. You can use this on your aluminium as well. Obviously.
You can use it on so much, can't you? Oh, I've had some messaging. Okay,
Yep.
Go on. If you've got any messages today, Debbie B loves a good question time. Do message in.
Anything really? Yeah.
If you were a packet of
Recipes.
crisps, what flavour would you be?
Yeah, quite right.
Well, that's my question.
Salt and vinegar.
Why?
I don't know, a bit sort of, I don't know really. I just like salt and vinegar.
Just salt and vinegar. This one's from Barbara. She says,
What a question.
Hi, thanks. My strand of white solar quartz stayed unused until now. I also wanted more from it. Daylight does make it glisten. Lovely. Barbara in Lancs. Isn't that special? It's totally true, isn't it? I was absolutely shocked and amazed. Have you had it outside before?
No, I haven't had that. In fact, one of our ladies that came to polymer clay class, she actually sunk it into polymer clay and made leaves to go around it.
Yeah.
And when she walked in, I went, that's fabulous polymer clay. She said, no, it's solar quartz. She'd sunk it inside the clay. Looked wonderful.
I have still got some of that solar quartz available as well if you want it. Do have a little look online or talk to the call centre. Thank you for sending that in, Bob. I'm glad that you're going to get to use it because it just comes into its own. It really does. So, you're getting 2 strands of gemstones. You're getting the 3 Perspex sheets, the alcohol ink pen and the findings pack. Should be price £29.51. That's if you were to go on the website now and buy it all separately. £29.51 is great, but we're going to make it even better. It's yours today for just £22.95. That's exceptional to get your hands on all of these goodies.
It is, especially for the size of those pyrites. I mean, they are
12 by 8.
Oh, they're enormous. That's
Massive,
a really
aren't
good
they?
value. But the Perspex, if anyone's into Perspex jewellery, you look online, it is so popular now.
Yeah. Oh, it's
so
massive.
popular, and that's excellent price.
Perspex is so in. I've got loads of Perspex pieces that I bought previous to, you know, being here. And to be honest, it's one of those things that I never actually thought you could make at home.
No.
But it's
That's right.
amazing that you can.
That's right.
And I think the fact that people could have it on their stores and be able to see it, I personally will be drawn in straight away.
Yeah. Absolutely.
£22.95 for you today for all of these goodies. You're getting yourself a cracking discount, so do treat yourself to it. And do not worry if you haven't worked with Perspex before, because neither really had Debbie.
No.
Bring me fruit.
Oh, you'll bring me fruit.
Bring me dried fruit.
Absolutely.
So, how was it to work with, honestly, for your first proper go at it?
I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I hope, Hannah, if you're watching at home, I hope I do you proud, because I know it's Hannah's thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
I thoroughly enjoyed the workshop I went to, and I came home totally just in awe of what Hannah could do, because it takes time to do this jewellery, but what you get from it is something totally unique, and something that will stand the test of time, really, because you look back in some of the books, some of the fashion books for jewellery, and you'll see things even like Baker-like jewellery. You know, that looks exactly the same. That's now really coming back into fashion now. This sort of look will come back time and time again.
It is, you're completely right. And because, especially I think with the colours in this kit, again, timeless and ageless.
Just stuck to the monochrome.
Do take a look at these spectacular pieces. Wowzers.
That's half clay and half Perspex.
Isn't that special?
Using the
This is your chain at the top here, and then these are your pyrites and your agates. That's just, it's
quite tribal, that one, I think.
Totally tribal.
Yeah, I enjoyed that.
And I love...
It's my favourite, actually.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah,
Look how beautiful this this long necklace here that is the wrapped clear.
That's just that could be on a really, really long chain or long piece of leather or something.
It's really special, isn't it?
I love that.
And then you've got the white bangle next to it, which again, it's wearable. I had it on before, didn't I? Not only did I have it on, but I had to look at myself in the mirror. It's just looking at myself, looking at it with it on. It's really wearable. I love this piece because for me, it's just a total mixture. It's kind of the
little pictures on the inside.
Isn't that fab?
Yeah.
But it's bold as well, isn't it?
Yes, it's something. Yeah, it is something. It's a statement piece, really.
Yes, 100%.
And then the one on the end, I would wear every day.
Yeah.
And that's just got one simple
every day
piece of Perspex in it, just one square of black. You probably can't see it on there very well, but
how
just got one
I
square.
put it on. Because I'm here to help, and I really want to. I won't get my mic. There we go.
I just think that's really nice. Just one little square of acrylic, and I think it goes with the chain. I think the chunkiness of the chain goes with the medium. I love that.
Totally. Really wearable, really light as well. Now, messages, feel free to text us in today. 60777 is the text number. Start your text with the word JM Studio. About anything you like, anything to do with gemstones, to do with jewellery, even if you've just got an idea or maybe you want a little bit of help for inspiration, do get in touch. It's your show, you know, get in touch with us. I've had some messages in already, actually, have I? This is for Debbie.
Yeah, see?
How hard is polymer clay? Does a longer cooking time make it harder? Do you stock the translucent polymer clay?
Yes, we do stock the translucent polymer clay. Polymer clay is particularly hard, and it depends which manufacturer you use to how hard it is.
Yeah.
The reason that we've gone for the Primo Sculpey is it's in every age, every project clay, really. So it means that you can make, you stuck up
back. I was going to be casual then, so I just sort of let go of it and it just hung on my back. Like, I don't want to hit my mic, that's the only reason I'm taking it off.
That was really funny. Sorry.
Continue. Thanks for not drawing attention to it.
No, sorry. I thought you needed help there.
I did.
Primo Sculpey will always be slightly flexible, and I like that because if you've got bangles or cuffs and you put your wrist down, you don't want it to snap.
Snap now.
Some clays that are for model making or what have you are particularly brittle. So choose the right clay for the right medium. Primo Sculpey that we sell is very, very good for jewellery. Very good for jewellery. It will never be completely hard. The longer you cook it, yes, the firmer it will be.
Yeah.
But Primo Sculpey will never be completely solid. You'll always be able to move it slightly.
I've got as well polymer coming up for you in a little bit, so do stay tuned for that. Did you say we had another question? Okay. We like questions. When you talk about carats in gems, what does it mean? Is it to do with the value, like gold? Sorry if I'm being thick. Mandy, there is no such thing as a thick question.
No.
Not at all.
Nope.
When we talk about carats, we're talking about the weight of the actual gemstone. So for a gram, it's 5 carats. So say you see something that is 50 carats, then you equate it to the gram weight, essentially. So for every 5 carats, it's a gram. So it's just to do with the weight. And a lot of the time, of course, the more carat weight, the more it is. So 50 carats would be 10 grams, essentially. So thank you very much, Mandy, for that question. Oh, see? Let's crack on. Where are we going to start today?
Right. Talk you through all the tools and bits and pieces that you need and how we're going to go about this. Right, first of all, the Perspex. The Perspex, as you quite rightly said, has a piece of plastic on the front and plastic on the back which protects it, and please do leave that on until you have finished all your design, because this will scratch otherwise. With obviously using things like saws, they're going to scratch. So keep that on until you've finished all of your sanding and filing, and then take that off. I know that because I've done it myself, and it's, you know, you have one scratch across it, and it's, you can polish it out, but it just saves you doing it. So all you need to do then is take a template, and all I did for my leaf was just cut out a piece of paper, pop it onto my Perspex, and then cut that out. All right?
I have got the saw blades coming up.
So that's all I did. And then I used some files to cut in the edges, just literally filed lots of little notches in for the side of the leaf. Now, to start off with, how do you start? Here is a piece of black that I've got left over. And to start off with, you need one of these bench anvils. Is that, is that what it's called on the website? Yeah? Which has 2 parts to it, actually. I've taken this one out because I'm going to drill into this in a moment.
Okay.
But you have the metal part, and you have a notch at the back that you slide this into.
Yeah.
Now, the reason you need this, and to make your life a lot easier, the Perspex has to be kept as still as possible. If anyone has sawn a piece of wood, or even done your gizmoing thing, when you get to the end and the end starts going up and down, it's very difficult to coil, or if it's not rigid, it will just go up and down, you won't be able to saw it. So the same principle with doing your Perspex, okay? So to start off your Perspex, draw a design on that you particularly like. And then to start off with, you need your saw. Now you need your saw really, really strong, so make sure it makes that noise.
Taut.
Right?
Yeah.
Don't have it,
Debbie's
exactly.
got talent.
Yeah, Debbie's got talent, all those, that's it. And use some balm. Now I use this balm a lot with my saw when I'm making jump rings or doing this, and I just find that if you put that on the top of it, it stops the friction and stops the heat building up too much when you're doing your, I know we've got this coming up later.
I've got the balm
absolutely
coming
essential,
up,
really, and it smells of lavender, it's absolutely gorgeous.
Beautiful.
Use it as hand cream, it's gorgeous. So put that onto your blade, and these saws are brilliant because you've got the alteration nut here, whereas most saws don't, but this is brilliant. So if it does snap for any reason, you can actually make this shorter, and you can use the shorter piece of your blade, which makes it so much more economical.
Yeah, definitely.
You've got
and we're going to use it on this design, but I know the most times I've seen you use this.
Jump rings.
Jump rings.
Yeah,
you can use it for that as well.
Absolutely, I use this in my jump rings. Different blades are for different things.
So with the jump rings, we say that you usually use, is it a 2?
Yes.
So what do we use? I remember. What do we use for...
Very good.
What do we use for the Perspex?
For this one, well, Hannah, I think, always said to use either the 1 or a 2. Hannah, if I'm wrong, you have to phone in. But it depends. If you use a finer detail,
yes,
and you don't want it quite so rough, I've actually probably done something. Teacher, tell me off. She'll tell me. But I've gone right down to a 4.
Right.
If I want it really, really fine.
I see.
But to start off the design,
use that one. Saw frame. Seesaw is the name of this.
Oh, very good.
Saw frame with your assorted braid. The price should be £16.90, which is great because this isn't a normal saw. This isn't.
No, it's a proper jeweller's saw, and you also get a lot of blades there.
but your price is £8.95 on this today, and it truly, truly is. 24 of the blades, and like we said, it's not just for this. You can use different blades for different ones.
Once you've got this, you've got it forever.
You've got it forever. Such a great deal today. Such fun. £8.95 is the price on the seesaw, and we're going to see how to use it now.
You are, yes. So to start off your design, you first need to make a slight nick in the side of the Perspex. If you were just to start trying to do your design without doing that, you'd slip. So to get your design going, I'm going to place that on the edge. I don't know if you can pick this up actually.
Yeah, we can.
Okay. So first of all, to place it on the edge and just that.
I see.
And then don't push with the saw. It's your left hand, actually, the one that's supporting it, that will feel tired. It's not the hand that you saw with, because that will just go through like butter.
Yeah.
It's the hand that you're actually holding. There we go. Holding the piece still. Now, I've just literally cut off an edge of that, but that didn't take me long at all. And you can cut quite intricate designs. That's not a problem. You can cut whatever designs you want. All right? So, where do you go from there? So once I've got my piece, I know it looks really, really tatty, you then can do two things. You can use your sanding pad, which I know we've got coming up,
You can
use the sanding pads. These are the same pads that you get in your polymer clay, so you can use a big pad actually coming, which is much, much better, because it's a lot easier to actually put your pad flat onto your tile or on your work surface and actually rub that across it.
And why is it easier to do it that way?
Because you have more purchase. If you hold it in your hand, you can do this, yes, but I just find that you have more strength to actually do this. And it isn't sharp. You'd be amazed how quickly the edges become very, very rounded. It's quite an easy medium to do.
Now,
brilliant.
We're going to be giving these to you now. We've used this beautiful clay balm. The price on this is stunning.
Oh, fabulous.
Oh my goodness.
Isn't it? Oh, I just love it. I just love it. Just love it.
That's really nice. So this is the clay balm. We've seen it, of course, you use this on things like, obviously, you've seen, and it does make the saw blades last longer, doesn't it?
It does.
Did you try it without?
Yes, and they did break.
Did they?
Yes, I just find that you don't have so much friction.
No,
with the
because
blade.
it lubricates it, doesn't it? And you've also got 4 of your super fine sanders as well, which we've just seen used. And again, you can use this on so much other things. Metal, clay, even your polymer.
You use it on aluminium.
Yeah.
To round the edges of the anodised aluminium. Polymer clay.
Yeah.
Silver clay. Perspex. Loads of things.
There's just so much stuff that you can use this on. How long is this going to last you?
You never buy any again.
Really?
Yeah, I'd buy 2 or 3 of them and just keep them, because I have some in my workroom, and then I have some in the lounge where I do some of my sawing. And if anyone's like me out there, crafters, you do craft in every room in the house just about, besides the bathroom. But
in the bath.
Yeah, lovely. But you do sanding. You won't take your polymer clay in the bath. No, I don't think so. Different level then. But I tend to have lots and lots of kits everywhere.
Can I ask you something as well? Truthfully, does this go off? Does it dry?
No, it won't. No.
So I could buy this and still use it in 2 years' time?
Yeah.
Wow. So I'm going to be getting 2 pots of that, and you've got 4 of the sanding pads as well.
They'll last you ages.
This is going to be a sellout. I can tell you that, of people waiting on the phone lines. The price today, £5.50.
You see, I'd buy 2 or 3. If I was doing craft, I'd probably buy 2 or 3 of those to do teaching. You know, if you were going to do something with the saw or silver clays or what have you, or just use these and keep those for myself.
Yeah,
they're quite nice just to use as a hand
barrier.
And you can, you can use it as a barrier with your resin as well.
Fab on your hands. Yeah, you can. So you're getting 2 of these, which are going to last you and last you and last you. And realistically, well, it depends how much you do. But once you buy these, you might not actually have to buy them again.
No.
You really might not.
They're lovely.
£5.50 for 2 of these and your 4 super fine sanding pads. It's something that's just going to call all of this for £5.50. That is spectacular. All of these people have already purchased. There's going to be a sellout. Oh, definitely, definitely. Just make sure you 9 people with it in baskets, you do check out. £5.50 today. And at the bottom is your saw that was just £8.95 with the blades.
Right, so once you've got your square, or what have you, I've taken the coating off this so you can see it better. once you've got your little square, this is where you need something to make a hole if you want to cut a centrepiece out. Now, for those of you who all got the Dremels when they were last in, this is where this comes into its own, because this is so useful. I think on the website somewhere we do have some files and what have you. You can use a file to so much quicker, so much easier. So, it's going to make a noise now, sorry. And turn that on to low, hold your acrylic, or your Perspex rather, really, really firm. I wouldn't be doing it on this that rocks, that's for sure. And you can see that goes through so easy.
Yeah.
Now the way you cut out the centre, you see the two holes there, that's how I put the holes in to put the jump rings through as well. And the way you cut out the centre was to take your saw, undo one of the edges of the blades, put through, just work out which way it's going to go down, right, holes, and then tighten the blade again. Let me just put that properly to make sure tension.
At the bottom of your screen in a moment is going to be the bench that we're using, the bench peg at the bottom with the anvil, $9.95 at the bottom now.
And then you just continue to then saw all the way down until you get to the other corner. Now I'm not going to bore you with doing all that, but you can see the idea. You go from hole to hole to hole until you cut out the centre, all right? So I'm going to put that to one side now. Now once you've got your piece and you've got the hole in the middle, you can then add the clay, and it's just like adding clay to anything. You push it into the recess, take a blade and just take off the excess. Just really, really simple.
Okay.
Now, I've bought a piece of baked polymer clay here, so I can show you how to do the alcohol inks. And I haven't put them into a tiny little square because it's easier for you to see something that's a little bit bigger. Okay. This is just a scrap piece of clay, so that's why it's just like this. So here we come to the fun bit of the alcohol inks.
Can't wait. So excited to see this.
Now, alcohol inks. These are fab. This is a pen that I've filled with two of the different colours.
Oh wow.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's a browny colour and that's a green. Doesn't look very different, but that's a brown and that's a greeny colour.
It does to the eye look different.
It does, slightly. So I've got here various colours, and I'm going to use these to do want something really subtle. So I'm going to use this colour.
Okay.
Okay. So just freehand on those. I just freehand just drew a flower. Okay. And then in the recesses, just picked up the alcohol ink. Now you can use water for this to water it down and make it a lot finer, a lot paler, should I say. I'm going to use a little bit of water and a bit of alcohol inks, and then I've got a tissue. I'm going to take most of it off my brush and then paint in really pale the flowers. Now this will go almost like oil on water when you first do it, almost, because I've been touching it with my fingers. You can wipe it with an alcohol wipe to take off that, but then every layer you let dry, and then you can add a bit of colour.
It gets bolder and bolder.
Yeah. And then with the pen, obviously this is not dry, let me just dab it. It's not dry, but to give you an idea.
This is the pen you get in the kit.
Yeah. Then with the pen, what you can then do is put in the detail. So with this flower, you can just add some detail. And this is so quick, but you know what I mean. You can add a little bit of detail to it.
The alcohol inks are coming in a bit.
That really does look absolutely naff.
No, it doesn't.
But you get the idea.
Well, you can see on your finished piece.
I know. You can have some fun with this actually, but you can do all sorts of pictures if you wanted to. You can mix your colours up as well. Do all sorts of things on here. You can add different colours of leaves, and I could just paint here all day actually. It's quite nice.
Do you have to be good at art?
No, of course you don't.
But because you are,
no,
obviously.
I'm not. I'm not. I mean, I've only done those pictures. Honestly, took me 5 minutes or so each, and they don't take long. Well, how tiny they are. I kept dabbing them with some tissue and water and kept going and going and going until I just like the colours. But you can do your own little pieces of art inside there. Thoroughly enjoyed playing with those.
Did you?
Thoroughly enjoyed it. And on this one as well. That one is just exactly the same way that I just used the alcohol inks and just drew a pattern and then filled in the bits in between.
Because you don't have to actually draw anything that looks like anything, do you?
No. The thing about doing the Zentangle or the doodle clay, this is the principle of it. You take a square piece of clay, that's not square, I know, but you take a piece of clay and you divide it. So you divide it into 3 or 4.
Right.
So you don't think about filling the whole section, you fill a section of that section.
Get it.
So then you're not scared. So, you know, you could just add, if you wanted to, lots of wavy lines.
Yeah.
Just do it just black and white. This is what we did at the NEC. In fact, some of the kids did some fabulous things. You know?
And then you can paint them in.
You can do if you want to, or
If you
just
want
leave it
to,
black
or
and
just
white.
leave it black and white.
Yeah. And once you've done every section, you know.
Doesn't it just make you want to get involved? Doesn't it just make you want to doodle?
It does. My husband's a fabulous doodler. He's
How
so
fun and bold is
talented.
that?
He's so talented doing this.
With
Far more than
the
me.
alcohol ink that we're using, doesn't that look fab?
Well,
Doesn't it? It does.
get in there. It's
With
very
the
quick.
alcohol ink that you're using, the mixture of colours that you've got, what kind of...
I wanted the greeny sort of colour for the pyrite.
Yeah, which we've
Okay.
got. That's this one. Oh, it's called oregano.
Oregano, yeah, that's right.
Oregano.
The slate colour, which is the browny grey, it isn't
Slate,
actually
yeah.
grey, it's browny grey. That I quite liked because of the gunmetal chain. Oh, I chose.
So true,
and the
yeah.
black because of the black, and I just thought the hint of the russet colour just lifted it a bit.
Yeah, I can see that. It works beautifully with this selection.
It does. And the russet looks lovely mixed with all of them, actually.
Can I have a look at the slate?
Slate.
Do you
there we go.
mind? Just
No,
because
not at all.
I'm dead nosy. Oh, that's gorgeous.
If I just put that onto the clay,
Oh, yeah.
see, it's like a.
That is.
It's almost like a silver, and the reason I chose that is that if you use this along with a pen,
Yeah.
if you are into doodling or zentangling, this you can do your shading, so you can do almost like 3D images. Not that I have, but you can do almost
That
like
is
3D
almost
images.
silvery, isn't it?
So it's a good one,
yeah,
that one.
so you can do like a shadowing.
Yes, yeah. I couldn't do it on there because they're really tiny.
That's a
But
fab
I have done
idea.
it before.
I'm going to bring you the inks now, those 4 colours with the pen as well. So what we do is you fill either side of the pen. You can do
Yeah.
it with the same or different colours, can't you?
Oh yes, you can.
You can see the 2 different effects here with
That's
the 2
right.
different ends.
Love this. Never used this before,
No.
and I love it.
Do you know what?
Absolutely love it.
That's the type of thing that I would totally get into.
Yeah, love it
Definitely.
because you can do Chinese art with this.
Oh, wow.
You know the
The
lovely the lettering
Oh, wow.
with the
That's a
brushing. You
fab
can do the
idea.
Chinese art with this, which would be fabulous.
I mean, it's not just on polymer. You can use it with loads of things.
You can use this on your anodised aluminium. You can even drop alcohol inks into resin to pull them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can use this with so many different things. And I just think if anybody's out there who does a craft stall, you do something like this with a bit of a Perspex water fire and do the gemstones to match underneath, and you've got the most fabulous display, haven't you? Or Chinese symbols.
That is
or
fab.
Year of the whatever it is, dragon
What
symbol.
year are you of?
I'm tiger.
Are you?
Oh yes.
Oh, I'm a rabbit.
Yeah, my husband's a monkey. That suits.
Alright. You've got 4 of these. You've got the pen with the 2 sides. Your price should be $22.75, but this is designer inspiration. Debbie has done a cracking deal on this for you. Alcohol inks and refillable pen for a tiny £17.95 for you today.
Gosh.
If you haven't done it before, give it a go.
Oh yeah, definitely. And you can also just, if you wanted to, you could almost just fill this with water, and you can use it as a pen with watercolour pencils and things
that.
like that.
I love that. Get 95, and at the bottom of your screen is the saw with the saw blade. That's £8.95 for you today.
Well,
let's continue.
shall we?
Let's.
Okay, let's just do that, shall we? Right, so now you've done the artwork on your beautiful jewellery. Then we shall have a look at finishing it. Now, the thing about this acrylic, or someone calling it acrylic, Perspex.
Perspex, yeah.
It looks very matte along the edge. When you first cut it, it looks really, really rough. I don't know whether you can see it's really, really rough. It has, you can see where the saw has gone through it. You need to use these sanding pads and keep going and keep going. You can use your Dremel if you want to, because you have polishing, little circle polishing aids with your Dremel, which is a lot quicker. But these sanding pads are perfect, and you do need perseverance. You need to keep going over it, because you can round the edges like I have, you can round the sides, you can make these really, really shiny and beautiful. Now, the Dremel is not essential. You don't have to have that to do this medium at all. You can do your designs as plain or as fancy as you want. It's up to you. But once you have your piece of acrylic with the holes in, I'm going to take this one out of the
sandpaper squares, the 4 of them that we're using.
Brilliant.
With the 2 balms are at the bottom, $5.50.
Brilliant. Really, really good. Once I made the holes in my square, I know this is really rough, but just to show you, these are the holes that you can then use for your jump rings. If, as I say, you don't have a Dremel, don't worry about it, because you can, and what I have done before is take a piece of wire and spiral it and just use a really strong glue to put loops on the top, so you don't have to have the holes, okay? So, once you've got that, then you can add your chain. Now, I know your chain is coming up later.
Can't wait for that.
But the chain, I have to say, I am very impressed with.
Fab, isn't it?
I absolutely adore it. Now, on this first one, all I've done is I have just threaded some beading thread through the middle, and then just attached my design with some jump rings at the front, and then beaded all the way around.
So this is obviously, that's your polymer at the back, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be bringing you the polymer in a moment.
Shall I just lift that up? Okay. So all I've done is just made a piece of polymer clay and pushed the acrylic into the front of it, baked the polymer clay, and then stuck the piece of acrylic, it's Perspex, into the design.
Fab.
Where I've pushed it, I've just stuck it on. Okay. And then the leaf that's the next one along, that is exactly the same. That's just a piece of Perspex, and I've used a Dremel or a file to make the holes, and then I've stuck in those lovely flowers.
I love that. It's fab, that, isn't it?
I love that. It's one of my favourites, definitely my favourite. So you can make these designs up in any way you want. I mean, do you want me to make the design up? Is it just beading?
22 minutes left.
That's okay. Well, I shall go through one then in a minute.
Yeah, cool beans.
Okay.
How about I do the polymer for you now, though, because we've just talked about the polymer on the back of this. I'm so excited to bring you this massive block. And actually, when I go on to do this, before I do that, have you got that text in about the alcohol? Because just before it's gone, Norma. Hello, Norma. Thank you for joining me today. Hi, Becky and Debbie. What a great price. And we're talking about the alcohol inks, those 4 with the pen. In a certain craft store, the inks are £5 and above each.
I know. I know.
Best wishes, Norma. So you're getting, it's coming in a sided refillable pen, £17.95, which means it's working out at £3.59 each.
Wow.
It's coming in at the size now. No, is it? No. Isn't that special? Thank you very much for messaging that in, because essentially we're selling them $3.95. A £5 each, you'd be looking at £20–25, wouldn't you? That's so
absolutely
special. That's amazing.
Absolutely.
Thank you for messaging us that in. It's at the bottom of your screen now. So I will bring you in the doodle clay now. You've got this whacking pack of polymer. It's £1 worth, which, am I right in saying it's essentially 5 blocks, is it?
It's more than that, I think,
is it?
actually. Yeah, I'm sure
Wait,
it is.
hang on, because that's grams you're getting in the white.
Between 6 and 7, I would say.
Wow. That's amazing,
If you measure it along.
If you measure it, yeah, you can see, can't you? So you've got a massive block of this. It is £1 worth, which is 454 grams worth of your white. Now, white is, it's your go-to colour, isn't it, really?
White is essential if you're going to get into polymer clay in a big way, and everyone who comes to the Millefiori classes definitely buys this straight away, because you can tone your colours down. And normally I would say don't use white. I'd usually use an ecru or something to tone the colours down. With flowers, it's different. You do need that baby pink sometimes and the baby blue, and it just takes the tones down. You can do loads of things. So for anyone who's going to get into doing this, and for Zentangling, obviously, for doing doodling, you need the white clay. For doing black and white, you need it, and I use a lot of that.
Yeah.
And come summer, you can do black and white monochrome looks, you know.
It's fab, isn't it? And you've got a pack of the black here as well. 57 grams of this, 454 grams of the white. The price today, £16.95 for you on all of this. White is one of those colours that as soon as you run out, so annoying.
Well, you can't do anything else. There isn't another colour like it you can add to get the same shade.
And also, I think personally for me, white is one of those colours that I essentially 3 other colours.
Yes. Yeah.
But I can make 30 different colours depending on the amount of white I add to each of the 3.
You're right. You're absolutely right. I mean, if you ran out something like ecru, you could add 18 karat gold because it's a similar colour.
Yeah.
But with white, there's nothing else there, is there? Nothing else there really.
No, there's not.
No, it's perfect.
So even if I just got these 2, I can make a black piece, a white piece, but then I can make light grey, darker grey, lots of different shades of grey. £16.95. JLGC 21 Designer Inspiration Doodle Clay today. So let's have a look at a full piece, shall we? Let's have a little look through one of the pieces.
Okie doke. Right. So which one do you want to go through?
It's up to you.
I don't mind. I haven't got any extra bits. So which one would you like to know how to do?
I would like personally to know how to create the leaf. Okay. The boys are saying they like the leaf. Director Ryan, I've got hide. Hang on. I've got hide button.
Hide your stash of sustenance.
Hide my food.
Right. Okay.
So I'm going to take this off.
The leaf was quite easy to do. Very, very easy to do. This was a flat piece of Perspex, completely flat. And I have used a file, actually, not a Dremel. I used a file to get some of the holes all the way through, and then used a file to go into the edges, just to sections of the leaf. Now, the way to get it as it is, like a wave, I had to email Hannah and say, Hannah, how do you do this? Because I couldn't remember what temperature the oven was. I had to ask teacher. So, you place your Perspex in an oven at 150 degrees for about 15 minutes until it is pliable. Now, it won't go all floppy, it won't melt, it won't go, weird at all, it won't change colour or what have you. Just put it onto a tile and it just becomes very, very pliable. And you have about 30-60 seconds to do something with it when it comes out. Because once it hits the cold air, it will start to go stiff again, really rigid. Then you can make bangles. You can melt your sheet of Perspex like this to make a bangle, so then you can adorn it with whatever you wish. With this one, I've just put some holes across and I'm just going to lace it together, I think. So you can make some fabulous bangles, and we have some stunning colours of Perspex coming up that you can make the most wonderful bangles for the summer. Really pretty, and you can put your polymer clay flowers and things on the front, and your resins and your butterflies and whatever you want to do. Or you can just stud it, like I have done with this leaf. That just studded would look stunning. So all I did was take it out of the oven and just twisted it and just held it with gloves on. I have some oven-proof gloves. Do remember this is going to be really hot when it just twisted it and held it for a couple of seconds. If you want it to go firmer a lot quicker, then put it underneath a cold tap, but not too cold because it might snap. I don't know if it does crack, I don't know. I've no idea, I don't think it would, but just in case. But it takes seconds to get into the shape. One thing I have done at home, if anyone has a dapping block, and I know we don't sell them here at the moment, but I have made myself a cuff and actually pushed the indentations into a dapping block, so I've actually got it bubbled across the top of the bracelet, and then you can fill that with jewellery enamel or whatever. You can make indentations all the way across.
Right. Okay.
So that is the way I did this leaf. And I have done another one when I was on Hannah's workshop. I did this one, which was a smaller version in a grey acrylic for Perspex.
Wow.
I did that one, which I really
That's
like,
so
which I
pretty.
wear a lot actually. And some other ideas that you can do with your Perspex. This is something that I made on the course, again, another one, with lots and lots of links.
That's beautiful. I love this. I've seen you wear this.
Yeah, well I do, I wear it a lot. Do wear it a lot. And
this one.
Yeah, and that is again polymer clay with just a sheet of acrylic here. So do let your imagination run riot, really. I mean, the one thing we're focusing on is the Perspex, so I think, you know, please have a go. Please have a go and let us see your things on the Wall of Fame, because I think you'd be amazed what you can make with this. I've seen people do butterflies and put them in the oven and then lift the wings up and do them in different colours, and I've just seen some fabulous designs. There is a craft centre near here that sell butterfly rings, because you can actually melt the piece of acrylic or soften the piece of acrylic in your oven and mould the acrylic around your fingers while it's still warm and make your own acrylic rings. And then I've seen them put little butterflies on the top in acrylic, you know, beautiful. And they sell them for £30.
Wow.
One ring for £30 with an acrylic butterfly and an acrylic ring, or Perspex ring.
Something really special, isn't it?
That it's really, really big, and it will be for a long time.
Yeah.
It really will be.
That's so... It's just such a statement, isn't it?
It is. There's something completely different.
I've got something to let you know at home as well. Now, what happens
Thought there were
is...
two.
There is £1 block of your white and 2 blocks of the black today. I just showed you one before, but we've just had a little look at the picture and there is
it
two.
was two, yes.
There is 2 on it. So you're going to be getting the equivalent of, we said there was about 7-ish in here, didn't
7,
we?
yeah.
And 2 extras.
Wow. That will last you ages. Ages and ages and ages and ages. Goodness me.
Won't it?
Really will.
So if you're thinking, essentially, if you think of it this way, you're kind of getting sort of 7, 8, 9 blocks, really.
You are.
For £16.95.
Gemma's course is doing something with polymer clay for teenagers, 12, 13, 14, and they're boys. And we were trying to think of something to do. I suppose you could do memory stick things, and they can doodle and do their own designs. You know, they can do gothic things, skulls, you name it. They can do whatever they want.
Love that.
So that, if you had the clay and you baked the shape of a dog tag, do you know what I mean?
Yes, I know.
For them.
Yeah.
And then they could just embellish them. Then you've got a class, haven't you, to keep kids quiet.
To keep kids entertained and quiet.
You can put metallic pens on there, you can use inks, you can use paints, you can do whatever you want with these, really.
You could do door letters as well.
Course you
know,
could,
for the bedroom.
Yeah.
And then they could
I
doodle
did that for
in.
Lucy when she had a baby. Did a door thing for Charlie with a boat and what have you.
Oh, isn't that lovely?
Do all sorts of
So
things.
you are, for £16.95, two of your blacks
Really good
today.
value.
£16.95. JLGC21 is the code on this at the moment. At the moment. It's not going to change, that's just the code. So, let's have a chat through this one, because I'm going to bring the chain to you in a moment.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this one, because I love, love, love.
Okay, this is just a length of chain.
Need to hide this
Oh,
better
you
in
are
the future.
Funny. You are funny. So this is just a length of chain, and I've taken a piece of beading thread and literally just threaded it through every single link. Just gone through one way and then up through the next, down through the next to a bar, like a little threaded bar at the front. I just wanted it all clustered together. I love that sort of look, and because it's like a matte, antique-y look, I think it looks really expensive when it's all clustered together.
Right,
I think it's stunning.
It really does. It gives it a totally different look, doesn't it?
Doesn't it? And I think it goes with the pyrite, even though it's not a pyrite shade, it's got that antique look.
It does, you're right. I have got, let's go through. This is your kind of antique-y one, which has got a lovely texture to it, doesn't it?
It has, yeah.
Really nice. So you've got your antiques bronze one, which I've just shown you there on Debbie's design, which when you look at it, do you know what it sort of reminds me of?
What?
Chainmail.
Yes.
Doesn't it?
It does. In fact, it's like a double chain. So you could almost take that to pieces and make it up again as a single chain. And you have double the length.
Yeah, because can you see, it's kind of tricky-ish to see, but they're not just like a normal chain attached to the one underneath.
It's almost like a half Persian weave, actually.
It is a bit, isn't it?
It is.
It really is. So you've got that one as well. You've got this gorgeous old gold colour, isn't it?
It is, absolutely.
It's an old gold colour, which is kind of a brushed oval, essentially. These are all aluminium. Because it looks sort of black on first appearance, but actually it's got almost this diesel.
It's got, like almost like a mystic coating.
Like a mystic coated hematite.
Really
nice.
To it. Yeah.
There's pinks, there's greens flashing across the surface of here as well. And finally, I'm running out of hand space, you've got this silver as well, which is, wow, how would you describe the texture on that?
It's like a hammered sort of look, isn't it? You've got one more chain there as well, the finer one. Yeah.
Wow. And you've got this one, which is a really hematite colour, isn't it? This is like your natural hematite colour, which is sort of a twisted oval, essentially. Do you know what this is?
Really? Why?
Because that's what a cushion handbag looks like to me.
Is it? Oh, fine.
You don't have to agree. Let me.
No,
You've got a metre of each of these. Let me talk you through the measurements whilst we have a little look at them, shall I? So you've got the textured oval silver chain. This is 9 by 16. You've got the textured curb chain, which is 11 by 8 in the gold. You've got the light gold, so that's that one. You've got the light gold, which is 11 by 8 as well. You've got the silver, which is the double, in 20, which is 10 by 14. And you've also got the cable chain, which is this one, 6 by, where is it gone? This one, 6 by 12. And you've also got the largest one at the side here, which is this big twisted one, which is around 11 by 16. So you've got a mixture of sizes on there. You're going to be getting a metre of each one of these. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different style chains, 6 metres worth of chain. Should be where near that this afternoon. Your price for 6 metres of chunky monkey chain today, your price is not £21.70, it's just £14.95 for you today for 6 metres. Do you know what, whenever I look at chain like this, do you know what it reminds me of? You.
Why?
Because I did that designer inspiration with you where you inlaid pictures with polymer clay.
Yes. I thoroughly enjoyed doing that.
That's what it always reminds me of.
See, these I think are really, really useful because 9 times out of 10 you make something, like I made the necklace on the end there with one of the chains.
Yeah.
But I had about 4 or 5 links. So never get rid of those links that are left over because you always want something to go in the top of a piece of polymer clay.
Yeah.
And these would be perfect. They make a lovely bail. Imagine that on the side, inside your polymer clay.
That'd be fab.
It would look really, really nice.
Really
in fact, you could even
pretty.
put 2 or 3 side by side as a bail.
As a large bail.
As a large bail. That would look stunning. So think about using these in different ways. Again, you could sink these into resin. You could do a resin bangle and have the chain all sunk inside, you know, things like that. Just think about different ways of doing it. I've seen people even dip these in jewel enamel.
Oh, really? Oh, that'd be fun. That'd be fab. And again, there's some, the chain pieces, sometimes with bits of leather incorporated.
Well, yes, there's a couple of shops on the high street, I don't think I can say their names, but at the moment they have got so much in their windows at the moment with collars, with chain, 2 or 3 rows of chain and pins going up through the chain with gemstones or stones on the bottom and then leather cord woven through.
Yeah.
Do you know the ones I mean?
I
Like
know
an
exactly.
Aztec sort of look. That is everywhere, and these chains are perfect because the chains you get in the kits aren't quite large enough, the links aren't quite large enough.
No, they're quite delicate, aren't they?
Yeah, so these sort of chains will be perfect for that sort of look.
60% of my stock has gone on these now. It's going to be multi-chained look is huge right now.
And you can mix all the colours.
Yeah.
You could do 1 link of silver, 1 link of gold, 1 link of gunmetal. You just break them up. You don't have to use them as they are. Break them up. I think they look really nice.
And if you do mix them up, it could be a bit steampunky as well, which
Oh,
again
yeah.
is massive, isn't it?
Yeah,
Absolutely huge look at the moment.
Very much so.
70% of my stock has gone now. 70%
Not
has
surprised.
gone completely. This will be a sellout. It's a cracking deal. And I know how much you love chain out there, and I've got to admit I do too, especially at the moment because it is everywhere. It's so high fashion.
It's stone jewellery because I like it for my age group. And sometimes when you do a sale, depending where you sell your goods, but you've got to entice not just the mum in, but the teenager and the youngster in.
Yeah.
Because normally they go out together to buy things to a craft fair. And I think if you've got something for every age group, then it's your stall that they'll come to.
I've got some bad news, guys. I started off with over 100. I've got 10 left.
Wow.
How many people on there can you see?
Oh my goodness, 1, 2,
waiting with it in their baskets?
7, oh, more.
There isn't there. 3, 6, 7, 8,
13.
9, 13.
12.
And I've got 6 left. There's 12 now. I've got 6 of these left. It's really important you get your hands on this whilst you can. It truly, truly is. It's fastest finger first now, to be honest. All of you people with it in your baskets, I've got 4 left. And there's still 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 of you. You're going to have to be quick. It is a stunner of a deal. Check out your baskets. People from Lincolnshire, people from East Essex, people from Tyne and Wear. Oh, come on, Cheshire chick, okay? Check out your baskets. Don't want you to miss out today. They might nick it out your baskets. I can see people at home now going, click out, click out. £14.95. And I love how you've used it on this, because you've done it as a double, but then you've also done one around the back.
Yes, just in one length and then done a double at the front. I just see that quite a bit now, and I've done it a couple of times actually, but I see that quite a bit in designs at the moment. So you've just got this sort of asymmetric look.
Yeah, it's fab. It's really fab. Thank
you.
you so much for sharing that. Do you mind if I
No.
take one of these?
No.
And just give a little heads up? Because well, we've all been blown away by this upstairs. We have all loved this. Talk to us about your second designer inspiration coming up in about 30 minutes.
Well, this is something I've never, ever, 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 ever used before, and ever taken it even out of a packet before. Like really old leaves. Really old leaves.
And it does.
It does.
But
I love
funky
it.
as
Yeah,
well, but
I
funky
love
too.
it.
We're going to be showing you how to create this and so many more. That is now a sellout, I'm afraid, at £14.95. Stay tuned for more sellout deals. We'll be back after this.
Book now to take part in the Gemporia experience. Take a behind-the-scenes tour of our TV studios, meet the presenters, and learn about gemstones and a lunch, refreshments, and a 3-course dinner. Dates are limited, so call or email us now for an experience you'll never forget.
If you miss a Jewellery Maker show, then simply go to our YouTube page, where you'll be able to find hours of Jewellery Maker footage. Search by show, date, or type. Alternatively, search by guest designer by using our playlist page. You can also find hours of tutorials with handy hints and tips to give you inspiration. Our YouTube page is updated on a daily basis, so you can access any show at any time. Stay in touch with Jewellery Maker.
Welcome back to Designer Inspiration. Thank you for joining us. I thoroughly enjoyed having a little look through those first pieces with Debbie, and we'll be back with her in probably about 30 minutes to have a look at her second Designer Inspiration piece. Working with something that she's never worked with before but thoroughly enjoyed. Did I sound like you then, Debbie? You did. Which is totally natural gemstones. We haven't actually picked Debbie a challenge yet. So Debbie,
Yeah?
I'm going to let you promote your competition.
Oh, right, yeah.
But I've got to pick your gemstones for you.
All right, then.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Fair with that. So I'll let you do that now then, shall I?
Okie doke. Right.
This is a competition that she's got lined up.
On Sunday, I'm on the morning show, and it is Easter Sunday. So I thought about doing a competition. Now, I'm opening this up to children and to adults, and there will be 2 different prizes, and we will have an Easter bonnet or Easter themed Wall of Fame. If I can show you this little, can I show you this little bonnet? Here's a little bonnet I made last night from polymer clay, okay? That gives you an idea. So your little Easter bonnet or your bunny or what have you can be made of anything, clay, beaded, kumahemoed, you can do whatever you want. But if you could send your Easter bonnets in, this is for children and adults, and we will have some prizes on Sunday.
On Sunday.
On Sunday.
How exciting.
Okay.
I can't wait. So anything, it can be anything.
Any Easter themed at all, and we'll have one prize for children and one for adults.
So get everyone making and send in your pictures to us. That is coming up for you then. Now, I have got a Natural Beauties, Natural World section for you here. Now, Natural World, what we're talking about is natural gemstones. So let me talk you through natural gemstones first before we get into it all. Natural gemstones are total rarity, essentially because of course we can get them out of the ground, of course, but a lot of the time, not just out of a multitude of reasons and a multitude of different treatments in here. I've printed off a little bit of information here. It says one of the few problems or benefits, depending on your point of view, with the gemstone industry is that there is no single regulating body controlling its development. Although, as yet, we haven't seen any other major retailers endorse these codes, as a company, we believe it is a step in the right direction and have decided that we will use the tag codes with all of our jewellery and loose gemstones as we sell. That essentially means there's no one big governing governing body when it comes to working with or selling natural gemstones. So we have chosen to be completely transparent. If we have had treatment on a gemstone, you will see it a lot of the time. At times when you print out the information, it will tell you as well, and sometimes we'll tell you. We're totally transparent. Not everyone is, which is shocking when you look at the amount of treatments that can be given to gemstones. Have a little look at all of these. These are all of your codes here. And these are all of your different treatments. So for example, H for heating, we heat gemstones sometimes to intensify colour, or for example with, of course, amethyst. If we heat amethyst, you can create citrine, and sometimes that occurs. You've got here as well, bleaching is another one that's used quite a lot. Dyeing is used, especially on gemstones that perhaps the colour itself isn't that strong, that bright. Filling is used a lot with this. That sometimes with ruby, you'll get so many internal cracks within it, it's almost hollow on the inside, almost. So it's filled with glass, because otherwise it would break instantly as soon as it was worn. There's another 3 as well that we have made ourselves that aren't actually a code that is for a regulatory body, but these 3 treatments are used around the world with loads of different retailers. And those are the 3 at the bottom here. This is RE, so that is gems that are reconstituted. So that essentially means when we're shaping gemstones, this isn't just us, this is loads for the companies. When you shape and facet gemstones, of course there's going to be waste, isn't there? Of course there is. There's going to be particles that are lost. There are going to be sections of the gemstones that come away. When you're shaping them, of course, there is waste. Reconstituted gemstones is essentially those waste glued back together to make a whole gemstone. That's essentially what that is. And then you've got DD and TR, and this is for doublets and triplets. Now these are very, very similar, and I'll explain them to you now. Essentially what you've got is you will have a gemstone, and so say this is my gemstone layer. What you can do is put a piece of glass over the top of it. So when you look through the piece of glass, you're seeing the gemstone reflected through, so it makes the gemstone look bigger than it actually is. And a triplet is the same, but the gemstone is sandwiched in the middle and you've actually got glass layers on the top and the bottom. So it makes it look bigger, it makes the carat weight heavier, but actually only a small part of it is genuine gemstone. None of these codes apply within this next section because this is totally natural. None of these things have gone on. You are getting pure, natural form gemstones today in this section. So, a lot of the time, people will heat, people will add things because essentially for them, it brings down the price for their pieces. This is totally natural. So we're going to bring you the highest, most beautiful natural gemstones. And I know to a lot of you out there, it's very important that your gemstones are natural. So if that is the case, you have tuned in at the perfect time. Let's get started with the big four. Natural, big four. All four of these, totally natural. I told you about these earlier, and £25 each. Let me show you them separately, if I may. You have your sapphire here. So this is your multicolored sapphire. It's almost shaded. It's all the blues, a lot of them. But then you have got some of your white sapphire in there as well. This is your beautiful, really high shine, seductively sparkly, faceted rondelles. And this is a 17 centimetre strand. It's 25 carats worth you're getting of totally natural sapphire. As well as that, you're going to be getting 25 carats of genuine ruby too, in the same shape. This is stereotypical, the archetypal ruby colour, isn't it? Isn't that so beautiful? 25 carats of these. It's a 20 centimetre strand, graduated from 2x1 to 4x3. So some sizable pieces in here. You've also got 50 carats worth of your emerald. I adore this strand. I think it's really nice to get emerald in such large pieces. These are your plain rounds, 50 carats worth of this in total. And these are your 4mm rounds, and it's a 30 centimetre strand that you have on this today. And finally, but by no means leastly, I have got for you this totally natural strand of, this is the big four at its best. 8 carats worth you have on this 22 centimetre strand. I have done diamond for you on 17 centimetre strands, 16 centimetre strands. To be able to bring you 22 centimetres worth is really special. Whilst we're looking at this diamond, do you want me to tell you the price of it on the website? £59 and 95 pence this strand is on our website right now by itself. The ruby on our website is £37 and 95 pence. So for these two to be paying, just for these two, £97 and 90 pence. How about I give you this and this for free? But not only that, I'm going to take the price and money off these two as well. Should have been over 100 and it should have been over 120 quid altogether. For £97 and 90 pence, you're going to get all four of the big four for less than £90. You need to get yourself on the phone lines for this right now, though. I said to you earlier it was going to be 100. Now I'm telling you it's going to be under 90. And when I say under 90, you know I don't mean just by 5p. You know that. But I haven't got that many of these. I haven't got as many as I would like to of these. I've already got one gone. I've got 21 of these in stock. You're going to be getting 4 beautiful strands of stunning gemstones for £20 each. Your price today on this is not £122.80, it's £80 for you today. You've got to get yourself on the phone lines really quick though. A strand, 22 centimetre strand of 8 carat natural yellow diamond for £20 today. That is what you are going to be paying. And that is it. That is all you are paying today. What do you think of that, Debbie B?
That's amazing. That's just amazing. I mean, I would buy that just to keep their value. And I think it's something to treasure. Definitely to treasure. That's beautiful.
I had the other day a lady. Was she in your workshop? Yeah. She was. Yeah. Tell us about what she made.
Heather had the most beautiful necklace, and she had bought sapphires,
rubies,
diamonds,
and emeralds.
Rubies, emeralds. That's right. And she'd had.
Did it have diamonds in it?
I'm not sure. Actually.
I'm sure it was just the 3.
Yeah, probably just the 3.
It was 3 strands,
but
wasn't it?
Yeah, 3-stranded necklace with the 3-stranded spacer bars that were gold-plated, sterling silver gold-plated.
925.
Yep. And they had 3 rows and then 2 beautiful gold beads with the rubies, the emeralds around the back. And she had bought the 3 or 4 strands, taken them into her jeweller, and then crept back to the car when he told her, well, I've just been to the supermarket and, you know, worn it as you do. But it was the most beautiful necklace. The most beautiful necklace.
And from what I recall, it was 3 strands.
It was strands.
Ruby,
3 strands down to
emerald,
1. Yeah.
sapphire. £500. You're getting these 3 with a diamond for £80. And these are natural, do not forget that. That is going to be something that takes up the price of your pieces. Because if you do get this valued, and they say value the emerald, they'll be used to seeing emerald that is filled with something like glass. This isn't. Get your authenticity. Alternatively, when you get it in your basket, you'll be able to go back on your history and you can print it out yourself. What I will say is there's 6 of you with it in your basket. It is so important you check out now. We've already had sellouts today. And this is going to be another, because I've got 5 people on the phone, 6 of you with it in your basket, and I've got 9 left. £80 for the big 4. That lady had just bought these 3, not necessarily these exact strands, but they were faceted like this actually, especially they were rondelles,
they're almost
weren't they?
Identical actually.
They are actually
yes.
almost identical. She got that valued for £500. This and this together, £97. Wow. Just for these 2. We're discounting diamonds today, people. This is so special. I love the name. Just wow. Including diamond, ruby, sapphire and emerald. Wow, indeed. 7 of them left. You 4 need to check out your basket really, really quickly. SGGC04. £80 for these today. Should have been closer to 130, 123, wasn't it? Well, it was 122 something. Should have been close to £123. Obviously need to check out your baskets because I've only got 7 left. I'm going to have to move on because I've got loads more to play for you in this section. It's important you stay where you are though. You need to check out your baskets because, oh no, 4 people with it in the baskets. How many on the phone lines did you say then? 6 people on the phone lines, 4 people with it in baskets. 4 people are going to miss out. 4 people right now are going to miss out. You're going to have to be really, really quick. We're going to move on. It's going to be a sellout. Stay where you are on the phone because if those 4 people don't check out their baskets, you're going to take it. And massive congratulations if you got that. Honestly, you have got yourself 4 strands of total treasures for £80. Let's carry on. I'm going to challenge you now, Debbie B.
Ooh. Ooh.
What do you think of these?
Like those.
Yeah?
Mmm.
What are you going to do with these
little
beauties?
Don't know, just love them. Don't know.
I just love them.
I just love them.
I thought these are quite you, but also because they are quite dramatic, I want to see you do something that's not just, you know, just a one pendant jobby. Because that's what I would.
Don't you think? It's very demanding.
Yeah, I know. Well, I let you promote the Sunday morning challenge. But because I've got to be honest, with this strand, that's what I would initially go for. Yeah, that's what I would initially do. So I'd love to see how to use these massive pre-nights.
I'll just run through and ask Gemma.
In a slightly...
just run me.
Yeah, that's fine. I think it'd just be really fun to see how to use these in a different way, because I instantly would go pendant, which would be beautiful, but I'd like to see something a little bit different. Okay, then. You can be my muse.
Yeah, right, thank you.
110 carats worth bi-coloured pre-night, totally natural again. The price for an 18 centimetre strand, including some inspiration from lovely Debbie later, is just £12.95 on this for you today. I've got on my strand, of course it's done on carat weight, 2, 4, 6, 8 I have on my strand. So that, to me, would be 8 pendants. But I'm excited to see what the wonderful Debbie B can pressure. £12.95. Now, if you are new to designer inspiration, what we do is we challenge our guest designers. We'll let them have a play with this for probably around an hour today, to be honest. And then about 4:45, we'll go over to Debbie to see exactly what she's done with it. So get it now, and then stay tuned and watch what she's done, and it might just inspire you or give you some ideas of your own. £12.95 for you today.
Thank you very much.
I've got those pyrite tubes that I showed you earlier on as well with the opal. These, again, completely natural. I think sometimes, maybe if you are new to the world of gemstones, you can look at pyrite and almost think there's a metallic coating that's been put on. This is totally natural pyrite. This is how it looks. It's got a beautiful submetallic luster. It's 100 carats worth of these tubes. This is the one I showed you earlier on with the lovely opal. Like we said earlier, it's weighty. It's not gold, it's not silver, it's just pyrite, isn't it?
And there is something about a mentality of people that come to craft stores, and I'm probably included in that, where they pick something up and if it weighs a bit, they think, oh, that's expensive. So I tend to, with my polymer clay things, is either put something inside, you know, a coin or something, or at the top of it, use pyrite. A, because it goes well with polymer clay, and B, because it's weighty.
It's kind of the psychology of buying, really, isn't it?
It is, really. Absolutely, it is.
And again, totally unisex strand. 100 carats worth of this. They are 6 by 4 mil of your pyrite tubes. The price today, £7.95 for you. Beautiful natural pyrite today, sometimes known as fool's gold, and you'll be a fool not to get it for £7.95. DDGP38 is your code on this today. Double buyers on that one as well. People double buying. Wow, this is such a special strand to have. Do you know what it reminds me of? It's got that yellow diamond appearance to it. It's got that diamond appearance to it, and the same colour palette actually. It's not diamond, it is just as equally as stunning though. It's your beautiful yellow topaz. Topaz again is one that undergoes a lot of treatments. It's wonderful to be able to offer you this today totally naturally. Let me just show you this with that yellow diamond. Oh my goodness, Debbie Bulford, how much would you sell or buy a diamond and topaz piece for?
That is just stunning.
Isn't it? How stunning to be able to get your hands on those types of goodies.
Oh yes.
Oh,
I like that.
Oh, I like it a lot. That's coming up at 3, don't forget. Now this is your yellow topaz. Topaz are really, really tricky gemstone to get your hands on, and that's one of the reasons it is so sought after. It's a complete, beautiful and very high-end, I think it's safe to say, gemstone. When you think of topaz, you're probably thinking of your Cartiers, you're probably thinking of your Diors, you're probably thinking of all those high-end names, maybe even, you know, certain streets in America or in London that you would get these really high-end boutique pieces from. and you're going to be getting it for a really low price. £24.95 on this today. I just want to look at it on my neck. Oh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Isn't that springtime? Isn't that fun? But also, it's not over the toply yellow. It's almost got an autumnal thing about it as well. It has. It has. It's totally amber. And in fact, it's quite amber-like because it's got beautiful, certain ones have almost got that internal amber-like appearance, actually. £24.95. Get it whilst you can, though, because it's flying out. Debbie, I'm going to give you another challenge if you're all right.
Yeah, go.
Because I've never seen this shape before, I don't think. Well, not on lapis lazuli. Not in lapis lazuli. Ooh.
What shape's that?
I don't know how to describe it. It says rice beads. No, they're rice beads, definitely, because the marquise is flat, but this is, can you see that? It is a rice bead shape, but I don't think I've seen top drilled rice beads before. Or in a long time. Actually, it got a little bit of a Easter egg Fabergé feel to them, haven't they?
They're nice. They're really fun, actually. I like those.
Aren't they?
Yeah, they're
I'm going to
different.
give you these as a challenge if that's okay as well.
Yeah.
I won't give you any more then.
Thank you.
Just 2 will be enough, won't it?
Yeah, got about
For you to
half
have
an
a little
hour.
play
Yeah,
with.
fine.
Well, yeah, that's totally fine. That's loads of time. This is 140 carats worth of your blue lapis lazuli. Pip just said in my ear then, we call it a challenge for a reason.
Thanks, Pip. Thank you.
16 centimetre strands of these rice beads. Lapis lazuli is a gorgeous one because if you've not had your hands on it before, it's got that body of colour which is a real nice, deep, real royal blue, but then it also has this inside. It's a beautiful gemstone. The price for this, totally unusual and I've got to say exquisite strand today, is £14.95. And again, do you know what? This makes me feel a bit Cleopatra. Pop this maybe with the... do you not think, Debbie?
No, not really.
Oh.
Sorry about that.
Say what you mean, love. I just said it makes me feel very Cleopatra and she just looked at me like, oh, sweet pea.
Bless.
£14.95. This one is yours to play with today. Lovely Debbie B.
Thank you.
No problem.
Doesn't break either. Amazing.
I've got for you now, how about some rainbow moonstone? How unusual is this? Clear rainbow moonstone with shiller. There you go, can you see it on this one here? Trust me, there is a lot more shiller going on this. See it there as well? It's just due to the lights in here and also due to the fact that the camera lens has numerous layers of glass, which then you're obviously looking at green, which basically kind of messes with this light tone. But isn't that wonderful? Look, it is clear because you can see my thumb coming behind it, can't you? It has got clarity to it, but it's also got this beautiful shiller. A lot of the time, I think, especially with rainbow moonstone, you think they have to be quite milky and almost opaque to get this amount of shiller. It's lovely to be able to see some that actually isn't like that at all. Oh, sorry. You can actually see it on that slide as well. You see that beautiful blue just cascading across there. 50 carats worth of your rainbow moonstone. The price for these plain ovals today, £17.95 for you, and that's very much the quality of it. Don't get me wrong, I know that we do £10.95, but this is to do with the quality. The quality of this is due to the clarity and still that beautiful shiller. £17.95 on this today. £17.95 is what you're going to be paying for that beautiful strand today. I've got for you now this gorgeous, gorgeous strand of Boulder Opal. Take a look. This looks very similar to the blue one we had on earlier on due to the shape, which would be wonderful to work those together, wouldn't it? Because of course they are different strands in the sense that this is your Boulder Opal, so you have that graduation of colour, but also it's got almost the same colour palette and the same shape with the same drill. So if you manage to get those earlier, do treat yourself to these now. 110 carats worth. What would you think of pairing with these, Debbie B?
Well, I would just put them with the other opal and the pyrite, and you've just gone to heaven. I just think they're beautiful.
Yeah, I totally.
Look at the different shades in that. That's gorgeous.
That is special, isn't it?
And that will go through to winter as well, because you always get the lovely slate greys, don't you, come through in winter, and winter whites come the winter. So you can really go through all seasons.
Yeah.
With this particular strand.
You can, can't you? You can go through absolutely everything with that. Your price today for these beautiful Boulder Opals is a tiny £9.95 for you. LRRU 93 is your code on this today. If you've got those other opals, you're going to want to treat yourself. And even if you didn't, do feel free to get your hands on them, because we've still got some in. After the break, I'm going to be heading over to the lovely Debbie for more designer inspiration.
Owning a strand of genuine gemstones is always exciting, but being able to use it in your handcrafted jewellery, then passing it on to its new owner with proof of its authenticity is even more incredible. Why not add one of our printed authenticity cards to your order for just 50p and share that same feeling with your customers? You can also access online authenticity certificates for items you have previously ordered by looking at your order history on your account details. The certificate gives you valuable information about your purchase and is your guarantee of quality and peace of mind from the Genuine Gemstone Company. Come and join guest designer Natalia Coleman and learn how to use fashion leather to create stunning pieces of jewellery. Natalia will guide you through the process of working with the leather to create 4 unique and different designs. This workshop is perfect for beginners. No previous experience of jewellery making is necessary. The full course includes a selection of leather sheets, a variety of leather findings, use of gold, silver or copper coated wire, a bead scoop, use of all relevant tools, a buffet style lunch and refreshments, a tour of the studio and museum and a chance to visit the shop. All of this for just £99.95. For further information, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655.
Here at Jewellery Maker, we have a commitment to providing genuine gemstones. We do that by up to 3 lab tests, and we have our own in-house gemologists. That therefore means that when we say genuine gemstones, that's exactly what you're getting.
Jewellery Maker ships to the following countries. We offer 2 delivery services, standard and premium. So wherever you are in the world, Jewellery Maker are never far away. Join Jewellery Maker and guest designer Mark Smith for our long-awaited macrame workshop. Get to know the essential techniques and knotting formations to create these vastly popular designs. Learn square stitch, twist stitch, slip knot and much more. The full course includes a range of different threading materials, a selection of gemstones, use of refreshments, a tour of the studios, a chance to meet the presenters and a visit to our Gemstone Museum. All of this for just £79.95. For more information, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655. Jewellery Maker, bringing out the designer in you.
Welcome back. This is Designer Inspirations, and whoa, do I have a lot of goodies in this bundle, possibly the fullest bundle I've actually seen. Now this is lovely Debbie Bulford's pieces. Now Debbie, why did you try and just step out of your normal area and go for something totally different?
I think I'm mad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I was in the office and I'd done one kit. I was sitting next to Pip actually at the time, and I said, what can I do that's completely different? And looked on the website and I thought, right, what have we got on here I haven't done before? And this sort of shouted at me.
Debbie, look at me!
I know.
And by me, look at me. Oh my goodness, isn't that gorgeous? You are going to be getting in this so many goodies, including this fusible film. This is your fusible film for jewellery making. Don't worry, I will be doing that opal very soon. This is just so fantastic. It gives you this change of colour essentially that you're getting. It's almost got rainbow tones running through it. It's almost, you know, scales on a fish. It's got that sort of look to it, doesn't it? You can use this with so much. We'll see it being used in a moment in a totally different way that I've ever seen it used. But you can use it with enamels, you can use it with friendly plastic, and you can use it just on top of extra pieces for different designs. You can just use it with your normal packs. We'll show you how to work with this with wire in a moment, which I think is really exciting. As well as that, you're going to be getting your foil sheets that you're getting in here. We'll see again these being used in a little bit. You get plenty in there. You get 2 of the sheets of paper, and we're using this with the flexible film, but we'll also talk through the fact of the other different bits you can use it with as well in a little bit. As well as these, you're going to be getting, I've got so much in this, I'm going to run out of arm. Come here, you. I've also got for you your really beautiful, I always think they're like angel hair, these, aren't they? These are your Crystallina fusible films. Now Crystallina, so you've got the Crystallina and the Angelica. The blue flash is the angelic, pardon? Oh, the Angelina, no, you're right, it is. Just having a dyslexic day today. Don't get me wrong, I have a dyslexic day every day, but today's just super bad. Super bad today. I am dyslexic though, why is that bad? I've got your Angelina 7-gram butterfly booth flash. It's super thin. And then you've got your Crystallina, which is the slightly larger pieces there that you can see. And this is your forestry bronze, 7 grams again. You've also got, I'm not stopping anywhere, in thread and 2 sets of wire, 0.6 10 mil and 10 meters 0.6 and 10 meters of your 1 mil as well. You've got your findings pack too over here with that beautiful antique bronze colour, everything you can see on screen there, and gemstones as well, 180 of your lapis lazuli. And these are your hollow coins, 12 mil, so you can see that they've got the holes in the centre there. And you've also got this beautiful strands, this gorgeous smoky coloured quartz. And this is your faceted coins that you have in there, 120 carats worth, and that is 10 mil the size on those. So let me reiterate all of the goodies in here. Crafty Notions flexible fibres. You've got the fusible film, 3 sheets of that. You've got your Crafty Notions 2 sheets of your foil. You've got 2 strands of gemstones, 180 carats of the lapis lazuli with the hole in the centre, 120 of the smoky quartz. You've got 20 metres of wire in total, that's 1 mil and 0.6. You've got bead in thread in this antique bronze cone, and you have all of the findings. 115 in total. And breathe. The price for your floral fantasy should be £49.50. Of course, because look at all of that you're getting. You're getting a total stunner of it. The price is just £33.50 for 3 of these films, 2 7-gram bags. You've got 2 of these sheets, the foil sheets, 2 strands of gemstones, 20 meters of wire, loads of beading thread, and 115 bindings. The saving on that, £16. £33.50 on that today. What do you think of that price?
The price is just amazing because I've hardly touched the gemstones.
Really?
Hardly touched the gemstones at all. Amazingly enough. Fun though.
Really fun, isn't it? Really, really fun. I'm going to be heading over to you now. I'll bring the opal with me. We'll do the opal in a little bit, will we? This.
I'm really nervous to do this.
No,
never mind. I've never ever done it. Yeah, I am. I've never ever done anything like this before. Ever.
But
ever.
You just decided, let's go on TV and do it.
Let's go on TV and do it. If I'm going to do it wrong, I'm going to do it wrong in front of everybody.
Have you seen all of these stunning pieces that we've created? How beautiful is this?
I wanted the look to be like old leaves that had been, you know, on the ground and crinkled and what have you. I love that.
I really think it's stunning. I love.
And when I did it, I thought, oh, do I like it? Do I not? And then when I walked in, you went, oh, I love that. I thought, okay, fine.
I think it's one of those pieces you either love it or you don't.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I love it. I absolutely love it. This is the type of thing
Real party piece, isn't it, really?
Isn't it?
I know.
Absolutely. The flower, the butterfly effect, the one next to it, how cute and quaint is that?
I like this because I've been told you can do this in the oven, but I like doing it with a heat gun because it forces a hole through. It looks old. Yes. It melts it so far that it goes too far. But I like that look, actually. I think that's really nice.
I quite like that look. It's sort of a bit organic, isn't it? It's fab.
Well, the bracelet's just on a gizmo coil of wire, and then I just melted the foil around it, really. And then put some of the Angelina fibres around as well.
So, where are we going to be starting with this piece?
Ah, right, here we go.
Take a breath.
Hold your breath, yes.
Hold your breath.
It's not going to work, you
Cross
know.
your fingers.
It's not going to work. Never mind. Anyway, here we go. Right, first of all, I took a piece of wire, bronze wire, and bent it into a leaf. Now, I'm not a wire worker.
No.
But I'll have a go. So I bent it into a leaf shape as so, using my round nose pliers. I'll move those out of the way for now. Sort of leaf shape. Okay. Okay. And twisted the wire around the top. Really, really simple. And then held the end and just kinked, so then you get that shape of the leaf.
Yeah, the leaf
at the
shape.
end. Okay. I'm just going to cut off the excess wire, and I actually left it like that until I'd done the melting to make sure I got something to hold on to. Okay. But with the finer wire, and I'm trying to desperately find it, and oh, it's on my challenge board. I've been using it. Excuse me, going down.
It's all right.
There we go.
Just to let you know, there's plenty of people getting their hands on this selection, so make sure you get yourself in sooner rather than later. Because it's a stunning discount, 16 quid off.
Gosh, it is indeed. Yeah. I'll take the finer wire, and I've just wound it around the point of the leaf, just like the film had something to stick to. Mm-hmm. Okay, so then you've got like a leaf vein going up the middle. That's right. So then trim it all off. I left it until I'd done the fusing, but I'll do it just so you can see how I finished it off. Whoops. Let's get rid of that bit round the back. Cut off the finer wire. Cut the long strand until it's the length that you want, and just make a loop on the top. Well, I've done that really, really quickly, and if Laura was here, she'd tell me off probably.
No, she
wouldn't. Doing it messingly. There you go. So there you've got your leaf. It's better work. Take your film, and you need another piece of wire. This is just to hold the film down, okay? And I'm going to place the film round it. I'm going to wrap it.
I'm so excited.
Oh, yeah, so excited.
I really am.
Fold it around and fold it over like a little parcel, okay? Use a piece of wire.
Because you don't want to get your fingers stuck on it.
No, and you don't want it to move either.
So are you on low or high setting with the heat gun?
Low. Low. There you go. So I'm just going to use the heat gun. Can you see? I don't know if you can see on the...
Oh, look. Yeah, you can. Look at it.
It's starting to melt.
Whoa, yeah.
To melt, it will pull in.
It goes
to the wire. Okay, I'm going to turn that over now. It doesn't go too warm actually, it's okay.
That is
It's starting to pull in.
Yeah, it does. It almost shrinks in, doesn't it?
It does, it does. That corner, there's quite a lot there, but the more you do it, the more it will start to go.
It's always got a bit of a shrink plastic.
Has actually.
You know, the way
that
it
look
goes in, yeah.
Yeah. Now, if it won't go like this corner hasn't, while it's still quite
just fold it
pliable,
over.
Fold it over and do it again, and it will then hopefully stick together. You push it with the piece of wire. Is it going to go?
Yeah, it is, look.
Eventually it will shrink in. Now, one thing I will say, at home, this is done in seconds. This is plugged into an extension lead, an extension lead, an extension lead. And because of that, we always find with the melting pot and everything, it doesn't get that hot. Because we normally have to plug it over there, don't we, with the cameras and what have you. Because normally at home I wouldn't be able to touch this, and I can. So that would pull in around the leaf, okay? By now it would have been just charcoal at home. So
it does take a lot less time when you get it at home.
Oh, it does, straight from your mains, yeah, absolutely. But you can see how I can start to fold it in and make sure it sticks. You can see how
that is so fun.
It's gone from being one colour to another. See how it's just gone really old.
Oh my goodness.
Really, really
it's like
old.
Rainbow vintage.
It is. Now, one thing principle with these films, as it is with dichroic glass.
Yeah.
So when you get it home, I don't know if you can pick this up on camera, but if I hold it one way, if I hold it like that, what colour do you see?
Green.
Right. If I hold it, oh, you probably can't see that. If I hold it towards me on a different plane, it's pink.
Pinky purple.
Okay. So the colour that it will be is not the colour when it's away from you. That's the colour that you see by eye. The colour when it's melted is the colour when it's towards you.
Oh, that's fab.
So it's the same with dichroic glass, that when you use dichroic glass, it's the same thing, that when you tilt it away. So the flower and the butterfly that I did here, that's done with this. And you can see a little bit of the goldy yellow in it, but you can see that the main colour is most definitely pink.
Definite.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So if you want a particular colour, make sure that you're getting the right colour, because it's awful to do leaves and realise that you've got pink leaves.
I see, yeah.
You know, when really wanted a green leaves. Fab. So that is melting that around there. Now, the collar, I'll try and talk you around how I did the collaring, because you can do lots of different things. I've used the thicker wire and just got one huge piece about 1 metre long, and I've folded it in half. And then I've just made a loop at one end. Really, really simple. Made a loop at one end, which is going to be your fastening. And then pulled the two pieces so one is longer than the other, like that. Okay?
Yeah.
And wrapped the one piece of wire around. Now, with the finer wire, I've wrapped around the loop at one end, and then just wrap it around again, and then literally just wrapped like a zigzag up and down the collar, just so it's got something to stick to. When I wrap the film around it, it will have something to stick to. Okay, like that. Cut that off. Cut off the wire.
The gun's coming in at the bottom of your screen.
It's a fabulous heat gun because having two different temperatures. And I have found other heat guns have been really fierce, and if you do embossing powder, it blows the powder away before you can do it. But actually, this is a really good one. So there's the collar. That's probably not long enough to go around, but you need to measure it first. And then all you need to do with the film, this is going to be a pink one rather than the blue one, isn't it? Is to trap it in between the wire and literally wrap. I mean, I had such fun. Kids would love doing this. I think it's like a heat gun, but oh, talk about fun.
Such fun.
Such fun. It's good. Oh, it's come undone.
It's come out.
Doesn't matter. Once it started to fuse, and then just start to do the same as I did before, And once you start one end and it starts to fuse,
Oh my goodness, that is so exciting.
it starts to move, and gradually then you can move along your necklace. Oh, you can have such fun doing this, I'll tell you.
I love when it moves. That green is so vibrant. It's almost got a flubber feel.
A what?
Flubber.
Flubber?
Yeah, flubber the film. You know what I'm talking about, don't you? Thanks. In flubber.
I can't remember.
Robin Williams.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
He knows. So, I mean, that looks really, you know, a mess at the moment, but then you can start adding your bits and pieces in between.
Okay.
Okay. So, what did I add in between? I started to add all the fibres. Now, these I had the most wonderful afternoon with, I can't tell you.
Did you?
It was just fabulous.
Did you have a whale of a time doing this?
I had a whale of a time doing this. It was like being back at school in the art room. It was fabulous.
That.
You've got two different fibres here and they are completely different. I'd never used these before.
Different.
I'd never used them before, so I didn't know that. And quite coarse, like that.
And this is like...
And this is just
angel
like,
hair, isn't it?
This is just beautiful. I love this. And the difference, when it's pressed, you put this between two pieces of paper or two hankies or, you know, pieces of cotton, whatever. Iron it on a very low heat. And then with this, you get that. Okay, you get that. See that? Look at that. Isn't that?
And it's a fused together sheet.
I'd use that as wrapping paper. I would use that as wrapping paper or to cut bows and put on Christmas presents.
Christmas different.
How fab. Now, this
Ed,
will
we can
go.
see you, sweet pea.
It's all right, his little head's all right, isn't it?
What are you rifling for?
I'm finding wire so that I can work out how you use the new tool I'll be launching this evening.
All right. Well, carry on then, doesn't matter.
You
Just see your
carry
little
on.
head,
No,
it's
it's fine.
Sorry.
So, no,
all right.
it's not see your little head. Right, that is, that's how it goes. That's how it goes when it's fused. But it says do not heat on a higher heat. Well, if you do, you get that.
Oh wow, I love that.
I put that with the heat gun over it just to see why you shouldn't do it. Well, I think it's quite...
Just sums you up.
It is,
you eat
actually.
something, don't heat it on
Yeah,
high.
but why?
Why
Don't touch that, it's hot. Oh yeah. That's me to a T. So you can see you can play around with these in a big way. I absolutely love doing these. And then you can cut these into strips and wrap them around your collar again and just make it look completely different.
And that's what you've done here,
Just
isn't
that's
it?
what I've done there. And the same with the bracelet, that is just a gizmo coil, again with all of the foils wrapped around and melted. And I had the most fabulous afternoon. It was brilliant.
Wow.
It was absolutely brilliant. So you could actually melt those onto the acrylic cuff,
Yeah.
couldn't you? That would look stunning actually.
That would look really fun.
That would look really
That's
funky, I
fab.
like that.
Fab.
Very nice. But I have, I've got used any of the gemstones.
Got loads left over,
I've got
haven't you?
absolutely loads to play with. It's great.
You've had so much fun, haven't you?
I've had so much fun. And I just think if mums want something to do in the summer holidays, Easter holidays, you could iron some of these out. And imagine giving this to children over the summer and Easter holidays and saying, right, cut something out of that. I mean, their eyes would just go out of their heads if they saw this glittery, just stunning, absolutely stunning.
You are totally, completely right.
I think it's beautiful, really beautiful, and the potential for this, oh, I could go mad. Could go mad.
Fab fun.
I'd like to know what anybody else thinks of this that's used it out there, because I think it's fabulous.
Isn't it?
Oh yeah, because I thought, how's it going to go with gemstones?
Yeah.
How on earth am I going to make this into something that would go into jewellery?
Yeah.
But I do think it goes. I mean, the one with the leaves in particular, I really like that necklace. It looks, I was going to say steampunky, but it isn't actually, but it looks very sort of vintage. I could imagine wearing that in the summer with a nice long maxi dress, you know, and it would look really, really nice.
Can you do me a favour? Because I love this butterfly.
The butterfly.
The butterfly. Can you show me how you made that butterfly?
Yep, I can.
Because, can you see, it's got the gemstone encapsulators in the middle, it's got the foil around it, but it's got little dealy boppers as well.
Say no more.
Say no more. So this is with the 1mm wire again, is it?
It is,
Okay.
it is. Right, now, start off by building your wings. Can be any shape you want, really. your little wings.
And did you just freeform this?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. Did your one wing. So there's your bottom quarter, if you like, of your wing. And then the top one, I do a small and a large one so you get the proportions right. And then this is going to be a bit bigger. Okay, so there is the 2 pieces. And then do your next wing, your bottom wing, and try and match up the sizes. That's not particularly the same size, but you can see the idea. Yeah. And then do the top one. Okay, top wing. Wrap that around, and those become your antennae.
So the tails are actually the antennae.
That's right. And then obviously you heat the film around, as I did with the leaf. Yeah. Okay. And then you take your finer one, the clay centre in once you've done all your filming, if you wanted to.
Oh, that's a good idea, actually.
And then to cover all the mess that's in the middle, I just put a piece of wire and just wrapped the gemstone around, so that hides all the bits and pieces that are going on underneath. And that's all I did. And then coil the ends of the wire here on either end for the little antennae.
That is so clever, and I can't believe you've done that freehand. I think that's fab.
Well, I think it looks better if it's freehand because it's Mother Nature, isn't it? It's not perfect.
No.
And I think it's better to do that. I mean, I've done 1 or 2. I did a big butterfly first of all, and I thought, no, I didn't like flowers. I've seen somebody do a collection of these flowers and put them on with wire mesh on a fascinator. You could do all sorts of things actually. For parties, for little girls, that on a little pin. You know, a little grip or something, that would really, really pretty, ever so pretty.
And how nice would it be, you know, if they were old enough to use the heat gun, that they've made it themselves.
Yeah, I know.
But it's so fun.
I know.
Now, it is getting close to past, and I promised you that I was going to bring you the stunning opal. Now, we're going to be with Debbie for the next half hour, so I'm going to send some, I want you to send your messages in, because we've got question time, we've got law with Debbie this afternoon. I've got send in your text messages. Text us to 60777. Start your text with the word JM Studio. That's 60777. Just message us in any questions. Debbie, if you were an animal, what animal would you be?
Oh, what a question. Oh, if I'm an animal, probably a dog.
Why?
Just a fluffy dog. I've always said I'd like to come back as a fluffy dog who's just walked and fed and looked after.
Oh.
And I could just lie there and have a sleep occasionally. That'd be lovely, wouldn't it?
What type of dog would you be? See, you was a golden retriever, if you don't mind me saying.
Do you?
Yeah, very loyal.
I'd probably be a collie who's a bit mischievous.
Mischievous,
and,
actually, yeah, true. Now, I was out this afternoon and I wanted to prove to you how stunning this strand is. It is so special, it can only be called one thing. It's our Starbite. You know how I feel about opal anyway. For me, it's the colour play, it's the interest, it's that each and every one is totally unique, and then you slightly move it and you're seeing something else completely different. Ethiopian opal is so sought after and so special. The mining process itself is so difficult. A lot of the time it will be on cliff edges, which you have to actually paraglide or need to be to actually mine it. And the area they stand on is just a very small area that they almost have to balance on, and sometimes they have to actually still dangle whilst they're collecting the gemstones. And of course, in the heat as well. In fact, I've got some pictures for you of the mining process to do with this opal. So you can see that that is where we mine our opal from. 3,200 metres above sea level and 30 metres below the top of the exposed cliffs. And this is above the Blue Nile River. You can see, if you look very closely, where they're actually being mined within here. Can you see it there? This area. We're going to enlarge it on the next slide. There it is. Only 150 miners work this vein. And the gems are only found 1 to 2 metres into the face. So this is enlarged of that first picture. So when you look at that first picture initially, you might have thought, like I did the first time I saw it, oh, so they're at the bottom of the mine, you know, they dig in and then go down and find some more and dig in more. No. As you can see, they're on that cliff face, right there. That is where they are within that. Themselves over the edge to get into that location. This is so hard to get your hands on. And you can see that little ledge I was talking about. It's not that wide, and they have to almost burrow in to get these out. It's all for the beauty of the gemstone, and it's all for the love of this gemstone. I want you to try and see how stunning this is, but please remember, due to the studio lights, due to the camera, due to... Ryan, give me the technical jargon, please, regarding why people at home can't see Opal colour play.
It's because these lights are made to light the set and you.
These lights are made to light the set and me, not the gemstones. And Ben, what's your camera bit? There's loads of glass in the lens, and with every inch of colour, 2 technical bods say it so much better than I could. So, that's what you need to be thinking about when you're seeing this today, because this has got colour play. In fact, I went out today. Isn't that amazing that you can't see any colour play on this? I think it's just wow, because today, before the show, please excuse my lack of makeup in the film, we went outside, we filmed it on our phones, just so you can have a look. Now, even when we've watched this back, we've said that's not as much as you're getting, but it gives you a little bit more of an idea. Take a look at this for me. Hello, jewellery makers. I'm outside in my diva glasses. It's me, Becky. I want to show you this stunning strand of opal. I tell you time and time again, the studio lights, the cameras don't do it justice. Get it home to see this beautiful opalescent effect. Can you see what I'm talking about? Now that doesn't even do it justice. It really doesn't, but it shows you more of what you're going to be getting. You have got in here the spheres of colour play. This isn't all over opalescence. On some it is, which I absolutely adore, but on a lot of them you're getting the spheres. So can you see how you've got these colour bubbles essentially? They're not, but that's sort of what it looks like. Now the reason this happens is opal is made up of hydrated silica dioxide, which then mix in with silicon water-based substance, and these solidify over time, and a lot of the time they can actually be drawn together and they create little microscopic spheres, which is why you get this beautiful colour play in these beautiful bubbles. Now what I will say is, honestly, to the eye, you're getting so much more. You truly are. It's an exceptional strand. Now, this strand has pink colour play within it, which is the most exclusive and sought after colour. I have loads of it. Can you see the pink that I'm talking about here? You're getting so much of it on this strand. Can you see? That's a bit like more what you're getting outside, but even that doesn't even impact. if you are going to look at this outside, or if you wanted to look at it through a window, just turn your back to the direction of the sun. Oh, I've got a recording where we've taken the lights down a little bit, so let's have a look. It's just to show you. So in this slide here, you can see more of the opalescence as opposed to the opal colour play. So these are just with the light slightly dimmed. So you can see all of the body of colour as it's got that opalescent effect. You see a lot more. You really, really can. It's a 20 centimetre strand. Now, opal's an interesting one again, because when you look at books that were written 50, 60, 70, 80 years ago, it was seen as an unlucky gemstone. But in the last 10, maybe 15 years, it's had a total sort of rebirth, regeneration, essentially. And actually, what it's seen as good luck now. I always think of it as that saying, the curiosity killed the cat. Back in the day, that was a negative thing, wasn't it? Curiosity killed the cat. Don't ask too many questions. Now we encourage questions. We want our children to ask things. We want our children to go off and explore and find things and work out things for themselves. It's kind of what was seen as negative is now seen as a real positive, really lucky gemstone. I would guess, now I don't know this, but I'm guessing there's a few reasons that opal's unlucky. One, there was a book that was written that simply kind of just depicted it as bad luck. There wasn't any particular reason. It was a novel that said it was a bad luck gemstone. There was no reason about it. It wasn't factual at all. But another reason I always think it must be is, can you imagine, living hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years ago and seeing this gemstone come out of the ground with all of this rainbow blast, all of these reds, these greens. Could you see there? See, getting a bit more of it. All these reds, these greens, these pinks. Every time you move it, a new colour comes. And I can imagine that would have always seemed a bit hocus pocus kind of. I'm wondering if that's one of the reasons as well, that people were almost afraid of it. Now, of course, we know a lot more about the gemstone. This is my star buy. Now, it's not only my star buy because I love opal. It's my star buy because of the quality, and it is my star buy because of the price. Ethiopian opal, I brought to you a strand that had a colour play. It had a different type of colour play, and it was the clearer variety, but I brought you a strand that was £44.95, and I have to say I got it. I loved it. I will be buying 2 or 3 of this one, and that is a fact. Your price today for this most stunning strand, £14.95 for you on this today. Honestly, the colour play in here, the amount of fun, the amount of joy you're going to get out of this gemstone is so exceptional. Let's see if underneath these lights, can we see this section here? Because this is, can you see reds, greens, pinks running through all 4 of these? You're getting that, but so much more to the eye. This is such a beautiful gemstone strand, and at £14.95 it truly is not to be missed. I've got people, what I will say is, Karen, John, Trudy, Tracy and Norma, the amount you've lot have bought, that's the amount I'm going to be buying. And it's not just one, ladies and gentlemen. I have got loads of you double buying on this. I have got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 of you waiting with it in your baskets. Do check that out. And already I have got so many people with their hands on this. This is a special star buy for you today at a really special price. £14.95 is the price that you're looking at to work with opal today. You're going to get this swinging its way to you. And think about the work that goes into this. Oh no, I've got less than 100 now. Oh, it's going really quickly. Have we got that picture again, just to remind people? Think about the mining process for this. £14.95, and for the mines, they're in these huge canyons, 3,200 metres above the sea level. And look, that tiny area. 150 miners only can work this vein. And the gems are 1 to 2 meters into the face of this. And then there they are, see? Can you see there's almost this overlap, this crevice, and you have to sort of go in essentially to get it. But as you can see, when you look at that rock face, there's no, you know, staircase down or kind of steps down. They do, a lot of the time, have to actually abseil into it. All of that work for this beautiful gemstone, and I'm sure you'll agree, it's totally, totally worth it. It's completely beautiful. To get this, how much, my stock? Approaching half of my stock. Who's buying? Sally, guest designer. Hello, my love. How are you? Thank you for buying from us today. When are you next on, Sally? When are you next on? £14.95 for you. It's such a stunning strand. Sammy, you're going to absolutely love this because you're getting your hands on it as well today. What would you think of doing with this, Debbie B?
I think it's gorgeous. I love it with the strand you had earlier.
Yes, the opal slabs.
Beautiful, absolutely stunning. That to me, see, I would probably, I know we keep mentioning weddings, but that for a bride is such a natural colour, but something that will shimmer. If you had an ivory, like an old ivory silk wedding dress, like a vintage, can you imagine using that with an ivory dress? I think that would be absolutely beautiful.
I love
to put that in the tiara or for jewellery. I just think, because not everyone, you know, has a white wedding dress. They have ivory or coffee colours, but the ivory would look stunning. Ivory lace dress with that would look beautiful.
I'm just in love with this strand.
I know I am.
And I love that it's graduated as well on this. It's graduated from 2x1 to 7x3 mil. And this is a 20 centimetre strand that we have on this. I love graduation within this strand. I love the fact, I know this sounds really unusual probably and really a little bit strange, but do you know what I like about the shape of these? The shape of these are kind of like the shape you would get if you had a really, really strong microscope and you looked into these. The actual internal structure is the same as the outer shape, which I just think is really amazing. It's really fun. I just think this, it's so, so special about these. Now, what I will say is I've got over half of my stock gone. Edwin, I've got 12 in web baskets. Really important you do check out, honestly, because I've got 8 on the phone, 12 in web baskets, and I'm way over half of my stock gone on these. I'm going to count now. These are double buyers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 double buyers. That's just double buyers. That's not including all these people in front of me who have got more or less than that. That's just double buyers. This goes to show how popular this is. And let's face it, it's a high-end gemstone. If you think of opal, I think high-end. In fact, that's just reminded me, right? I got for my mum, well, I didn't end up getting them in the end because I thought, I'm not paying that. Not that I don't love you, Mum, but you know what I mean, come on. A little pair of stud opal earrings, and they must have been, how big? Possibly around the size of this one here, maybe around this size. They weren't large, just small little stud earrings, probably about this size. They had a similar amount of colour play, but they were only this large, and they were on 925 with the butterfly back. £75 in a high street shop. They weren't handmade. You're getting a whole strand of this for £14.95. But remind yourself of the price of opal. And what I would say as well is remind yourself of the price of opal, not for the selling, not for you to buy them. Think of it in a ready-made piece of jewellery. Think about yourself going down the high street, and a lot of the time opal and the precious, precious gemstones, they're in the glass cabinets, aren't they? Think about the price of things when you look at them in there, because that just reminds you. £14.95. I'm gonna have to move on now. I've got loads and loads of lovely questions, but it's gonna stay on my screen. Just make sure you stay on the phone lines. I've got some lovely messages and questions. This one is from Tracy. Hello, Tracy. It says, hi, Bex and Debbie. Just purchased 2 more strands of Opal from you. They really are amazing when you get them home. Just fantastic quality. Great show as norm. Tracy, that's really lovely. I'm really glad you're enjoying the show today. Thank you. And you're going to love the Opal. Well done for getting your hands on that today, Tracy. Thank you for messaging in. That's a really nice message. This is from John in Belfast. This is, John, hi, Becky and Debbie. Loving the show as always. Quick question. Do you advise getting this strand valued? I would. Personally, I would. Where have I put it now? Why is it just rolled away from me? Opal. Opal.
Is it rolled into your hand?
Opal. Maybe? No, it hasn't, it's here. I personally would get your authenticity for this if you can, if you've got the time and if you can get your authenticity for this because it is so special. It truly is. Get it valued. The fact you've got colour play. And especially if you're going to make something with this working with 925, then definitely do. Definitely. Thank you for those messages. Here's a question for Debbie. Let's go over to you if that's all right.
Yeah, come on then.
Come on then. Are you having a go on your challenge?
I am.
See, gave you a bit of extra time then.
It did. It's nice,
isn't
isn't
it? Nice. So, question.
Go on then.
Margaret says, hi all.
Hello.
You can put, can you put
Angelina
fibres on top of a stamp plus paper onto the top and then iron and then cut around the shape?
Yes.
You can do that.
That's a good idea. I did wonder if anybody does dressmaking, whether you could actually iron it onto interfacing.
Yeah. I wonder. And then attach. Could you imagine some sort of stripe, say, down the arm?
Yeah, for people that do costumes for kids' plays and things. I wondered if you could do it onto interfacing and then put it onto something. You know, it'd be stunning, wouldn't it, for epaulettes and all sorts of things.
Margaret, I love that idea with the for card making and things.
Oh, for card making, would be absolutely fantastic. But for people who want to adorn the clothes and then put, you can embroider jewellery on top of that, chain and all sorts of stuff. It'd be fabulous. Because how many mums out there has had a child come home and say, Mum, tomorrow morning I need to be a shepherd or something ridiculous, or I need to be a robot.
Yeah.
And you think, now what am I going to do? So these sort of things always come out the cupboard. Always.
Always, always.
Always. So what a good idea.
What a good idea. Thank you for that, Margaret. That's really good. Another question in, we said? Oh, I thought you said there was. He's just rifling through them now. Oh, someone's asked when the tote bag is coming up. It's coming up.
I've got one of those.
Just after 4. Let's have a little look at it, what you can expect.
Love that.
Do you love this?
I do. I do. I do.
What do you put in yours?
I've got my chainmail stuff because I've got all my kits and that. I've got a dining, I've got a table in my lounge, and I've got underneath got a shelf, and I've got all my kits and things to do for the week. And then if I have chainmail, I can just keep it all nice and neat and tidy and pick it up and put it down in my workroom and know that everything's in there. There's a saw, and all my boxes with all my different rings in, and it's perfect. Absolutely perfect.
Do you know what I love about this? Look at the amount of stuff you've got in there, but all of this room you've also got.
Wouldn't it be great for a picnic?
Oh yeah. Wine.
Not just your jewellery, because it's just perfect for wine.
Perfect for wine, isn't it?
Got nice compartments for wine in there, and you can put your bread, nice French stick, and you can put all your bits and pieces in there. I just think it's, and also if anyone does gardening, I know this is silly, but for a gift for somebody, this is waterproof. So it's the same fabric.
Idea.
So why not buy for somebody one? If you've got your mum and dad, one does jewellery making, one does gardening. Buy 2 and have one for your mum, one for your dad, and fill them up with things, you know, seeds and what have you as a gift. That'd be absolutely fabulous.
This is coming up with you in a little bit. You're going to be getting 3 sets.
What, in it as well?
In it.
What else is in there then?
Oh no. You've got 3 sets of your comfort grips.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You've got, in fact, you've got your all, which
they
you could
fabulous. Yeah, with my Perspex, and also polymer clay. These are brilliant for doing different designs, and pokey tools are always useful.
Pokey tools.
Pokey tools are always useful.
But you could use them for that flower, leaf, sorry, that you did.
Yes, you could. You could. If you
didn't have a Dremel.
No, and perfect to hold your design down while you're doing your, if you haven't got an extra piece of wire, to use your tool.
Clever, clever, clever. All of these goodies and the mandrel as well. This is all coming up for you in a little bit. Oh
Very
no,
good.
Opal people, there's 16 in baskets and apparently a couple of you are going to miss out because there's people on the phone. So it's really important you are checking out your baskets with that, please. It is stunning. I'm going to have to take it off your screen because technically we've sold out now. We haven't. If you're on the phone, stay where you are because you might be the one in line to get it, but you are essentially going to be whipping it away from someone else. 16 people with it in their baskets, please do check out. Now, I've got for you here your beautiful polymer selection. I've got 2 bundles for you here.
You have.
Should we do this one first? So this is your accented effect. So
it is.
You've got your green.
You've got your, is that pearl ice green? Yes, you've got green pearl.
These are all pearl, I think.
Okay.
You've got your magenta pearl.
That's right. You've got your pearl.
Pearl.
And you've got your purple pearl.
Purple pearl. So if you haven't worked with polymer before, when it says accents, it essentially means something else is added to it to give it a little bit of something different. So these have got that pearlescent effect.
So that basically is almost those colours, actually.
Oh look, the little bonnet. You're right. It is.
Easter bonnet. And don't forget, there's a competition on Sunday. Send in your Easter bonnet pictures, children and adults, and there'll be a prize for your Easter pictures.
Easter pictures. How do they send them in, Debbie?
As you would to the Wall of Fame.
Normal Wall of Fame email address.
Yeah, make up your bonnets, chickens in beads, polymer clay, anything that's from Jewellery Maker, and we'll have a prize. For kids as well, it's nice to get them involved.
In the next break, I have got for you how to enter the Wall of Fame. So stay tuned for this next break, which is coming up in about 7 minutes or something. And then take pictures of your Easter bonnet, and then you can enter. Yeah. And maybe just put a caption, Easter bonnet.
Absolutely. Keep kids busy for the next couple of days, something for them to do.
But it can be made with anything, can't it?
Absolutely, it can be made with anything. I mean, you don't have to make Easter bonnets. You can make Easter eggs. You know, do anything you want, really. There's your little Easter bonnet. Get your polymer. Yeah, it's the same, isn't it? It's fab. The price today, you're going to be getting 228 grams in total. These are all your pearl accents. Yes. Your price today is a stunner. 4 blocks. Wow.
£7.80 is not the price. It's going down. We're taking every penny we can off. It's going for you today, just £6.50 for you for these 4 blocks today. Talk to me about the accent in these, that pearlescent.
Okay. You have in here a pearl, and this pearl, if you mix with any other colour, you will get the pearlescent tones. This mixed with black gives you the most stunning, like a graphite colour that's just beautiful, it just shines. Fab. But you will find that when you've handled the pearl clay, before you bake it, it will go really dull. And when you bake it, all those pearlescent fibres or pearlescent granules and all the microfibres tend to come to the top. Microfibres, I've got fibres on the brain. Mica powders come to the top of the clay, and you do get a really lovely shine. And the more you polish it, then obviously the shinier it gets. But the pearl in particular is a really useful one, And this for doing your millefiori, the flowers and leaves, will look really pretty, ever so pretty.
And if you were to work these together, what would you think? What would be the first thing?
I'd do a kaleidoscope cane, probably a kaleidoscope cane. Watch on Sunday, because these pictures are very, very similar to a design I've done with the Fabergé sort of egg that Fiona Potter and I are doing as a double thing on Designer Inspiration.
A double whammy we've got on Sunday. So these are yours today for £6.50. You're getting in total 228 grams. There's loads and loads of you on the phone for these.
Such good value.
Bouquet.
Yes.
Here's my stem, this is my centre, and then I've got 2 different coloured flowers.
And of course if you mix more pearl in, you then take the colour down again. If you've got the black and white earlier, of course that will give you just so many different colours.
I think that's such a pretty idea. And I'm going to put those at the bottom of your screen now. Stay where you are. There is a little bit of a queue. We'll be with you in about 40 seconds. They're coming in at the bottom of the screen now, but I've got 4 more I want to bring with you. And as I'm here with Debbie B, someone messaged in earlier saying, I've got a new name for you, Debbie.
What's that?
Debbie... He's just gone, whoa, let me find it. All right.
I've been called all sorts of things. You wouldn't believe.
Debbie Genius Bulford. Clever
Thank
lady.
you. Thank you.
Love Karen. Thanks,
Karen, love you. Thank you.
Love you. Genius.
I like that.
I like that.
That was off the tongue.
Just rolls off the tongue.
Absolutely.
And now I've got 4 other colours for you here. Again, accented pieces.
Yes.
These are your glitters.
Yes.
This is Starry Surprise. You've got your red glitter, your silver glitter. This is your black and your blue glitter. Now, talk to us about these ones, because these feel very different to these ones, don't they?
They do.
They seem a bit, the glitter is really intense.
They are. I mean, if you take the silver out, you'll find that these 3 have all glitter included. Again, once you've worked with them and you bake it, the glitter seems to come to the surface. But I do like the fact that the glitter is toned with the clay.
Yeah.
You haven't just got silver glitter in every one.
No.
This one you've got red and pink and a little bit of goldy sort of glitter. This you've got gold and black included, which is stunning. And this one you've got blue, dark blue and silver. So when you start to mix them, you'll see those different silver particles come to the surface. This is silver in a different way. This has mica powder in it. So it is a smooth colour. You haven't got grains. It is a smooth silver colour, and you can do something called a mica shift with that. So you could do your patterns that look as though they're raised, but they're not, they're flat. So it's a different design. I've done that before on one of the shows.
That's clever.
You press texture into it and then shave off all the texture, but the pattern stays in the clay, the memory stays in the clay in the mica shift. Even if you put it through your clay roller, you then get something that's like a wallpaper, because you get like this sheen of a pattern, but it's flat, but it looks 3D.
Is that like that one where we stabbed things in?
Yeah, that's Mukumigane.
Oh yeah,
but
that
very
was
similar.
good
You
fun.
can do
That was really good fun.
Yeah, you could do that with these colours. They look fabulous.
We're going to do a price match on this today. It's yours for not £7.80, but for £6.50 today. NDGC29 Starry Surprise. It still says £7.80. It is going to be price match. It's going to be £6.50. So do not worry about that. Don't panic, everyone.
I don't know whether you've noticed as well, there's a lot of Union Jacks in the shop at the moment.
Yeah, massive amounts.
Coming back. So you could do, but the Union Jacks aren't red, white and blue. They're red, blue and silver, or red, blue and pearl. They're sort of
different.
Old, so you could do it with that, couldn't you?
Yeah, I love that. You could actually with these, couldn't you? £6.50, there you are, it's on screen for you. Did you say I had a message to read now? Yep. Oh, he's just trying to find it again. Have a chat amongst yourselves, he says. Yeah. No, you're so right. There's been a lot of, and also almost an Andy Warhol mixture of Union Jacks where all the colours are different. It's fun.
Yeah,
Jude,
really good.
Hiya. Does the Angelina Christie
have to be ironed, or can you use the heat gun? It has to be ironed. The heat gun, I did have a go with the heat gun, and the problem is it just literally just shrivels to just a nothing.
A blob.
A blob. So no, you can't use a heat gun on that. I did use a heat gun once I'd ironed it. The bracelet that we've got there, I used the heat gun on the front of it to make it look old. So it goes from being bright blue and you get the greeniness coming through, like I showed you earlier. You really need to, can you see that? It's gone from being blue to being quite old and greeny sort of looking, almost like verdigris sort of look. So once you've actually pressed it and it then comes into a fabric rather than a fibre, then yes, you can use it, but not too harsh, otherwise it just goes to nothing.
Fab. So thank you very much for messing that in. I've got half of my stock gone on this. We are going to go to a break. So what I need you to do is stay exactly where you are on the phones. And if you do want to do a bonnet, send it in to the Wall of Fame and it will show you exactly how to do that on this break.
The Jewellery Maker Wall of Fame is where you get to showcase your skills as a jewellery designer. Each week, one lucky entrant will win £100 credited to their account and the runner-up receives £50. If you want to enter your design, just send a photo to studio@jewellerymaker.com, or you can post your photos to Wall of Fame, The Genuine Gemstone Company, Unit 2D, Eagle Road, Moons Moat, Redditch, B98 9HF. Get making and good luck!
We all know that you need the right tools for the job. So here at Jewellery Maker, we have developed our very own tool set just for you. In this larger set, we have provided more tools to help you develop your jewellery making skills even further. The kit includes wire cutters, a bead reamer with replacement tips, an awl, tweezers with a scoop, a sliding gauge, a snip, and all the essential pliers you will need. All of this is yours for just $15.95, neatly presented in a carrying case with an embossed Jewellery Maker logo. Stay tuned for more advice, tutorials and demonstrations of jewellery making. We provide the tools, you provide the skill.
Join guest designers Debbie Bulford and Rachel Norris to explore the endless possibilities of combining polymer clay and wirework. This DVD guides you through a variety of projects and will give you the inspiration you need to create your own designs. Advance your jewellery making and fuse your talents together with this amazing DVD. To get your hands on a copy, contact our call centre. Get creative with Jewellery Maker.
Welcome back to Designer Inspiration. Thank you for joining me, and let me show you what I've just had dropped in for me. This is coming up for you on the night show, the late show this evening. The night show? Never got to that before. This will be coming up for you after 5 o'clock tonight. Beautiful labradorite. Look at this, isn't that stunning? This is coming up for you tonight after 5 o'clock. So do stay tuned after Designer Inspiration to get your hands on this beautiful strand today. Before that though, I've got so much more for you. I've got a ruby showcase, I've got so many goodies, I've got that cracking deal that I mentioned to you earlier on. This is a mixed media section that we're going to be doing. So much to get through in this, so much. So let's start off, shall we, with this wonderful tote bag. Look what it's called, Pip says, that worries me. Totes Amaze. You're going to be getting the tote bag, which I know you absolutely adore. You've got really strong, deep pockets, waterproof, with Velcro. I had to think of the word then. You've got 2 of them on this side, and this one's wonderful. And can you see how it folds out? Real good fold out there. Get loads in there. Probably get about 10 packs of polymer clay, maybe even more, just in this one pocket. On this other side, you've got the same. On the inside, ooh, we appear to have some extra goodies. Smiley face, says my director. Look, and also on the inside, you've got this middle section, which is hard to see because it's black on black, but if I do it like that, it's your middle section that goes all the way up. And then you've got all of these little loopy pockets as well. All of these little loops at the side, which are perfect for just slotting your tools in. You've also got your mandrel, which you can make rings on, but you can make connectors on. You can do different loops, different shapes. There's the square, the triangle, the round and the oval. You've also got your knotting oar, which is great for knotting. But also, like we said, you always need something stabby for polymer, don't you?
You do.
Or
stabby tool.
Stabby tool.
You do.
You've got 3 pairs of your comfort grips as well. So if you're new to Jewellery Maker, this is the stuff you're going to want to get your hands on. It really, really is. But even if you've already got a toolkit, you honestly, can't really ever have too many tools, especially if maybe you have some in the workshop, some in your living room, or maybe you travel. Maybe you're a bit like Spellbinding and you do an on the train challenge. Maybe it's like that. Spellbinding is Laura Binding, our guest designer. She does challenges on the train. You've got 3 sets of these, so you can have them for different areas. And if you have just got our basic toolkit, you will notice the difference with the comfort grip, because as you can see, the handles are quite a bit thicker than our normal white, normal pink toolkit. And that means that they're just a lot softer to use, they're much easier to use, they're ergonomically designed so they are easier as well. You've got in here, these ones are your crimping pliers, which essentially, if you've already bought something from us today and you've got, say the kits, you've got the crimps, all you have to do is crimp them into shape and it makes them cylindrical. So you don't necessarily have to use a cover or a cap over the top if you don't want to. Therefore, in a way, your finding's going to go further. You've also got in here, oh, come on guys, get together. We talked about this. Your comfort grip side cutters, and you've got your comfort grip flat nose pliers as well. So, totes amaze, including 3 comfort grips, your knotter and your ring mandrel. Should be. It's nowhere near that. It is nowhere near £38.70. Let's remember the tote bag by itself is £17.95. This is for the tote bag. £17 by itself. £17.95 this is. Not today. You're going to get all of this for just... It's not £38.70. It's on the nose, £25 for you today. This by itself is £18, well, £17.95, but you're getting all of these extra goodies and it's just £25. If you have just started jewellery making, maybe you started a while ago but you've only got maybe 1 toolkit, maybe you haven't managed to get your hands on the tote bag yet, then this is your chance to get involved. And if you think of it, say that's £17.95, it's like £1.20 something for each of these extra. £1.41 for the rest of this, each. That's special, isn't it? It's really workable, it's really easy. And let's face it, quite clearly, when you've got all of this, it's portable as well. It is flying out, it is going very quickly. So please stay where you are, get yourself on the phone lines now to get your hands on this, whether you're new or not. If you are new, just so you know, if you're buying from us today, you will be getting a DVD and a little booklet and a little magazine thing just to give you kind of tips and hints, and it is really, really useful. They are great. And that's just free of charge with your first order. You've got all of these beautiful pieces today at £25, but you're gonna have to be quick. You're gonna have to be. £25 for all of this. KM, GC, 34 today. So much space in here. Can't even tell you how much stuff there is in here. Honestly. It's amazing the amount. Do you know all of this stuff that I've got, you know all that stuff I had out there? That goes in one of these pockets. I've not even used the other side. And there's still space in here. Ah, still loads of space in there. And they're all in the packets. Oh, so much space in here. £25 for this today. It is wonderful. Whereabouts are we going, my love? Ruby Tuesday we are going ahead on to now. So this is our ruby showcase for you. These are such a beautiful selection of rubies and something for every pocket. I've got some under £8 for you today in our Ruby Tuesdays. So let's start off with this beautiful high-end gemstone ruby strand. Take a look at these beautiful faceted rondelles. These are huge, aren't they? Aren't they mammoth? So sparkly. Really beautiful ruby rondelles. Now a rondelle is the shape we're talking about here. So it's flattened and it's also got these sides which are faceted. Now that is so tricky to do because it's such a small surface area, of course. It is really tricky to do. 50 carats worth you've got of this today. You have got so much beautiful, really natural colour. It's almost the stereotypical red that you have on this. Now, these are sizable, aren't they? And the weight amount is quite heavy as well. Now, these ones are from Thailand, and you've got 50 carats worth here. Can I just have a little think about what you might pair with this? What you might use with this? What would you use, Debbie B?
Going right back to the beginning of the show, I would pair those with the pearls.
Oh yeah,
those
the white ones.
Really beautiful, huge pearls. I would probably make 2 or 3 rondelles out of the rubies. Oh. You know, to make lots of little rings, and then put those at the front of a nice bracelet and a necklace.
That's such a fab idea. I think that's really great.
Those two just go natural together, I think. I think they're beautiful.
You're so right. The price today for this beautiful strand of ruby is £39.95 for you on this today. These are your beautiful rondelles, graduated and faceted, and they are sizable, aren't they? 4x1 to 5x3 for you on these today. From Thailand, they are huge size and they're less than £40 for you. And they are that archetypal colour. You think ruby red slippers, don't you? That's what you're getting with these. 50 carats, TCSF90 is the code today. Speaking of sizable, these are coming up for you now. Now these rubies are huge, and what I will say for these is they've got this shiller effect to them. They're all natural, but can you see this? Can you see that colour, the light, this shiller that comes across? Isn't that special? It's not just the colour, no, that is actually a lightning cascade across it. Isn't that special? It's shiller, that is. Can you see it on the recording? Can you see as the light hits? This is beautiful to have shiller in ruby. We don't get it in that often actually, but when we do, I know that you go crazy at home for it, because I know a lot of you love things like moonstone and labradorite and anything with shiller really, because it is so interesting to look at, isn't it? The fact that you can get that effect on such a high-end gemstone is really, really special. And ruby, I've got to say, when it comes to the high-end ones, for me, does it better than any other. 155 carats worth that you have of this ruby graduated medium nugget. It's a 24 centimetre strand. The price for this you're going to love. It's just £14.95 for you today. Think about ruby. What things come to mind, Debbie Bulford? 3 words.
Oh, you and your 3 words.
I know,
you make me laugh,
it.
you do. Rich, berries, and yes, can't think of anything else. Rich, berries, and I want to say sentiment, because they are like the Valentine's heart, aren't they?
Yeah, you're completely right, absolutely. Now you said rich, so rich you think high-end, high luxury. Did you expect me to do this? £11.95.
Wow.
And
Goodness
these are sizable, aren't
They're
they?
huge.
Aren't
Gosh,
they?
that's good.
24 centimetres. Some of these 17 by 13 mil. Let's see it as a ring. A ruby ring. If you've got 925 ruby ring, 925 wire.
Lovely.
Oh no, I've only got 17 left of these now though. Do not worry, if you started to buy this before I rolled the price down, you will still only pay £11.95. It'll just be deducted from your, it'll be added back onto your account. So £11.95 for you today. This is low price deal for you. But it's Ruby Tuesday. We're going to give you discounts where we can. OZRU 45, £11.95, 155 carats worth of this. I'm going to give you double strand of ruby. Do you know what? I don't think I've ever seen a double strand of ruby. Have you?
Oh my goodness. That's amazing.
Isn't it? Double strand. It's an 86 centimetre strand. That's nearly a metre's worth, isn't it? Let's see. Oh, hello. Oh, I love this. Isn't that fab? 345 carats of these ruby small nuggets. Do you know who I could see playing with this?
Mark.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he would love it.
Because I genuinely think he would absolutely love it. Because of course we all know that he loves working with nuggets anyway. But he loves working with symmetry and colour.
Yes. And
high-end gemstones.
Yes.
This,
he would absolutely adore that.
This has got his name all over it, hasn't it? It truly has. 345 carats worth. That is a serious amount of ruby. And it's an 86 centimetre strand. Ruby, gemstone of love, gemstone of passion, gemstone of power. And to tell you what, this price packs a punch. £14.95 for a double strander. Imagine this is 2 strands, which is, well, it is really, isn't it? Well, in fact, it's more than 2 strands. But even if this was 2 strands, it would be £7.48 per strand. That's amazing, isn't it? To think of it like that. Genuine ruby, a strand for £7 something. £14.95, and I think as well it's unusual that we see chips and nuggets of this amount for high-end gemstones.
Yeah, you're right. Usually they're shorter strands, aren't they?
I've never seen chips and nuggets double strand of sapphire or emerald, diamond.
Never, no.
But this is one of the big 4. So it would be nice if you are interested in working with chips and nuggets to give yourself a high-end look.
Oh yes.
Got a text message in. Hi, JM. The picture of the tote bag is showing that you get the clay measuring tool with the tote bag, but it is not in the write-up, nor did Becky say it. Oh no, the picture's wrong. Okay, that's a really good message in, Michelle. The reason we didn't show the picture on screen was because the picture that has previously been taken, we don't take the pictures when it comes in, they're taken before, the picture was wrong. So we didn't have the polymer in, you're getting the all instead, it's not the polymer measuring. Really good one for pointing that out, because to be honest, I didn't notice that, I've not seen the picture, but that is coming up in a later bundle for you. Good point to point that out. The writing is correct, the photograph is wrong. £14.95 for your double strand of super duper ruby today. Do you like this? If you do, on your marks, get set, go. Self on the phones. This is that one I was talking about. The one I mentioned earlier on. I said it was going to be under a certain price. VTRU20. Get yourself on the phone for this beautiful ruby strand. Yes, it's going to be under £8. And no, I don't mean by 5p. 95 carats worth you've got on this. It's got a beautiful, just almost brush-like effect. It's almost quite matte, actually, in appearance on this strand. These are your graduated medium nuggets. What would we think of doing with this lovely Debbie?
I would probably mix either copper or silver clay with that and make some beads to go in between. Because not everybody wants a shiny round bead.
No, you're right.
Not everybody wants things to be absolutely perfect. And some people like to have the rough cut look, to have more of a contemporary look.
Yeah.
And I think that will appeal to a lot of people. But that was put against some silver. As you can see, the spaces in between, some quite chunky, really heavy silver beads, just makes it look beautiful. It just makes it really contemporary.
You're right.
Really contemporary. I like that a lot.
It is fun and contemporary, isn't it? And do you know what as well? For me, it's very kind of organic, kind of a little bit boho, festival-y, kind of chilled out vibe. And I have to admit, do you know what? I'm weird, I think. Some days I want something sparkly and I want something faceted and I want something bright. But some days I just like this type of thing, just this kind of casual, throw it on. You're wearing rubies, but you don't have to shout about it in a sense.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
95 carats worth of this. It's got that beautiful ruby red to it. The price, you're there, is just £6.95 for genuine ruby today. I told you straight away this was coming up, and plenty of you have already got your hands on it. You lot on the phone line, stay exactly where you are. I will be with you. I won't. Could you imagine if I had to stand here and answer the phone at the same time? We will be with you, as in the company. Our call centre, award-winning call centre, will be with you, because guess what? 45% of my stock has gone now. 45%. I've only just brought the price on. People knew where we were going with this. The call centre will be with you. You're answered in order. It's a free phone number if you phone off your normal landline. And actually, there is a tiny bit of a queue. People are trying to catch up. The call centre are trying to catch up. What I will say is it's totally worth the wait. You know it is. I know it is. And that's why the names aren't going down super quick, because... Oh, Pat, you're back. That's because there's a little bit of a queue on the phone. What I can say is telephone bidders 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Another one just came in now. Those are people waiting on the phone. Those are people that are waiting on the phone for it now. That's not including all the people with it in their baskets. £6.95. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Can I just mention this one here? In fact, there's two of these that are very similar. Cufflink. A ruby cufflink.
That would be stunning.
And you've got a pair of those, because this one next to it's very similar. I can't pull it out though, because the thing's in the way. But ruby cufflink with a 925 head pin through it, and then you can, add on just a few pieces of chain and then a T-bar. Or you can use some wire. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing? £6.95 for you today. Now, I mentioned that early on at the beginning of the show. Single figures of this now. Double people with it in their baskets. Really important that you check out. We've had so many sellouts today. That's going to be one. And I'm pretty sure this next thing I'm going to show you is going to be one. This is one that I mentioned to you earlier on, that when I last did this, it was the first week in January that I last brought this to you. I've got to say I loved it, and I really, really, really love it. I was so happy to have it back today. I had a meeting with the manager to ask whether or not I could play with the price. Now, that is not the done thing with what I'm about to show you at all. In fact, the price hasn't even slightly been tweaked since August 2013. I'm so excited. This is so much fun. You have got here your moulding compound. I just love it. Take a look at what you're going to be getting. You get all of your information onto how to use it, but it is literally this simple, pretty much. With the white scooper, you take a scoop of the white. With the blue scooper, you take a scoop of the blue. You put your gloves on, and what we do is we mix it together. It takes a bit of time, and you'll need it to set. With the blue, you're taking one of those and another one of the white, and you work this together. And essentially, you can mix it in whatever you've got around. It comes with instructions as well, which are actually really easy to follow. And what happens is you allow it to cure over 24 hours so it becomes solid. And essentially, you've made your own mould. Now, I think this is amazing because make your mould. Let me just get some off dropped. And then you can press into it anything you want that you can then reuse to make your own mould. So,
Used it?
Yeah.
Because you mix it in your hands, you don't leave it for 24 hours.
No, oh, it says to cure.
No. It takes seconds to do it. It will go firm within seconds.
Well, when we, because
I've used this
before, and you just rub it in your hands and it goes almost like blue tacky sort of ish, doesn't it?
But then it will take about 3 minutes you've got about 3 minutes to push something into it, and then you leave it for 24 hours to cure.
The instructions, yes, say leave to cure for 24 hours.
But you've literally got about 3 minutes before it goes solid, before you push things in.
And then when you push them in, you can use it for polymer clay, can't you?
I use them a lot. I use it a lot. I buy a lot of Victorian buttons and things like that, and make a lot of moulds.
I adore. What you can do with this is you can create your own design with these that you can use time and time again. So imagine, you know, Chanel and Gucci, I'm sure you can imagine their logo now. What about creating your own logo, which on every single piece you have it there. So maybe you might have something like this that you love the shape of. All you have to do is press this into it, and you've got your shape there that you can use time and time again. What about something like a vintage button? This is just a clock face, a watch face. Imagine pressing this into it, and then all you have to do with your silver clay or your polymer clay is push that into it, and you can use that time and time again. You've got symmetry there. I adore the fact that you can do textures with it as well. You can actually do textures with it. So say you rolled this ball along it, you can do textures for it. You can do little flower shapes that you might have that you want to use time and time again. You can do children's, you can do fingerprints in it. You can do, say you had this. Say you wanted to use this as your logo, say that you put on absolutely everything. This is just a nice shaped bead that we've got. You can just push this in, and then you can actually engrave onto there, or in the mould, maybe do a little logo if you've got a little swirl that's yours. And then every time you create a piece, time and time again, you can use the exact same mould so that you've got your own little, almost signature, building up your own brand. The amount you can do with this is so exciting. And it's not difficult, is it? It's so easy.
No. And I know a lot of people that do polymer clay, a lot of ladies that I meet on various weekends, who actually carry some of that in their handbag, which I know sounds a bit silly, but they carry it with them, and then wherever they go, doesn't matter where they are, they take impressions of everything all over the place. In fact, a lot of them take them on holiday to do shells and designs like that.
Because it's beautiful not only as maybe a memory token, but also it's lovely for doing charms on, it's lovely for doing, you know, like vintage buttons, like we said, if you find vintage buttons that you love, you can create these looks. What about if perhaps maybe you could make, you know, if you make a solid flower out of something and impress that into it, you've got that you can use time and time again. But of course it's not going to look the same, is it?
No.
Because you can use different polymers, you can use different metal clays.
Yeah, I sometimes use it on my texture sheets, because sometimes you want the reverse.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes you want things, and like I did my signature and wanted to take an impression of that so it was the right way, so I could stamp it into things.
I get you.
And not have it come out. So
and
you can use that on the texture sheets and just roll it onto the texture sheets, leave it, and then pull it off.
Pull it off.
And you've then got a reverse.
It's the other way around then, isn't it? It's such a clever, clever product, and it's done in moments. The price for 200 grams worth should be £34.95. But I love this so much. The meeting, we were told it's not been messed with that price at all since August 2013. I am now going to take this to a never seen before price. This is a never seen before price. This is yours to play with. £29.95. It's never been seen before. And you've heard how much it could be used. Use your imagination. Literally with this, your imagination is the only limit. Press something into it. Hey, I've just thought, what if we press that into it, okay? And then you do it the other way around. So then actually in here, you could create little polymer frames even. Couldn't you?
Yeah.
That you can use time and time again. Just put pictures of your loved ones in there, or, you know, whatever it might be. £29.95. RTV moulding compound, 200 grams, ZF, AC. 24 is your price on this today. Those 5 or 6 people need to check out your baskets for this today. It's never, ever, ever been this low before, but the amount of fun you can have with this is it's endless. Even if you just saw something that you maybe like with this, like with a watch face, or even, do you know what I love sometimes? I see the texture of like woods. You know, you can get some like driftwood.
Yeah, even table mats and things like that. You know, you see things and you think, oh, that'd be a nice texture. Perfect.
I'm quite a touchy person, if that makes sense. I'm one of these people who, when you walk into a shop, I like the look of a dress, but I instantly feel it. I feel everything. And I think to be able to create your own look, your own idea for these is just so exceptional. £29.95 for this lowest ever price. Stay where you are on the phone for me. I'm going to bring you more mixed media goodies today. More mixed media. Now, whereabouts are we going? Oh, silver clay. I told you this would be coming up. I've got your silver clay in your syringe here. Now, I loved that piece of silver clay that you did on Monday, was it?
Monday?
Oh, I can't remember. Silver clay. I love that you've got the syringe with this. It means that you can create some really sort of organic and interesting shapes, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, you can fill in between 2 pieces. You can have 2 pieces of silver clay and actually do a filigree design in between, or have something that looks like a really rough brushed silver with it. You can just use it to do little dabs. It's really, really useful. You have to, once you've cut the end off, I recommend that you put like a baby wipe around the end and stick it back in the packet, because it dries out really, really quickly. So you need to keep the nozzle really damp.
Good tip.
But it's brilliant to use. Yeah. So easy to use as well.
It is really easy to use, and,
really
and you can create your own name, and you can
you can pipe little flowers and designs. You know, it's really pretty to use.
It always makes me think of, you know, that Carrie necklace. You know, the Kerry from Sex and the City has her own name. You can do that with this sort of thing, can't you? New and improved formula. It means that it doesn't dry out as quickly. It means that it's malleable for longer. You don't have to work quite as quickly as you would have done with with our older stuff that we used to have with the silver clay. It's a really great little invention for the syringe as well. The price today for 10 grams is £29.95 for you. You can create some really fab looks with this. NKAC57, and if you haven't seen this work with before, do have a little look on our Jewellery Maker YouTube, or even on our page itself, because Natalia absolutely adores working with silver clay, so there's loads and loads of different ideas on there for you. £29.95 for you today. £29.95. Have I got that message in? Okay, yeah, let's put these messages in. Hi Hi Becky and Debbie, loving the show. How many moulds can you make from the 200 grams? Well, it very much depends on the size.
Yeah, you can't really say that because it depends on the depth and the size of the things that you're making. Obviously, if you're going to make tiny little buttons, then quite a few, at least 30 plus, I suppose.
Oh yeah.
Tiny little buttons. But if you're going to do a whole pendant, or you want to do a whole texture sheet, then that's a different matter. So it depends actually how big the item is you want to take the mould from.
Yeah, how big you're going. It does depend, and also don't forget the thickness of it as well, because of course if it's just going to be a real light texture, then it's going to be able to be thin, but if you're really pushing it in, that's going to be a little bit different. So get it home and have a play, essentially. Got another question, did you say? Okay. This one says, can you use jewel enamel in it after it is cured?
Yes, because I've done it myself.
The mould, I see. Yes.
Yes, I've done it myself. Yes, it will take heat. It's fine. I've done quite a few actually in those moulds.
I just think it's amazing. You can let your imagination go wild with them.
You can, and they're a lot more flexible than a lot of moulds as well. You can peel the mould away.
Yeah.
One thing I would say is, because it isn't a cheap product, it's a very useful product, it isn't a cheap product. So when you do your moulds, don't leave a huge lip around the edge, because that's waste. Just make sure that you use it sparingly. Use
it for the size you need, really.
Yes.
It's at the bottom of your screen right now. Thank you for those questions. This is your last chance to purchase new improved formula silver clay 10 grams in your syringe today. £29.95. And matching the price actually of the moulding compound. So, what did we say? Are we doing this? Watch and play. This is, you're going to be getting a DVD, and then you're going to be getting 3 products that you're going to need to make. So essentially, when you get this home, what you can do is you can watch it, and then you've already got the goodies there. Because sometimes, I've got to admit, when I first came and I was watching some of the DVDs, I was watching them, I was so enthralled and I was so in love with what was being made that I was sort of like, oh, and I haven't got any of the things I need to make them, and it's really frustrating, isn't it? But this is going to be the things to get you started, so you're at least going to have some of the ingredients to create some of the looks in this. Now, this is lovely you and lovely Rachel, isn't it, on this DVD?
It is indeed, yes.
Tell us what to expect from our polymer and wire fusion project.
Well, Rachel and I worked on this for quite a while to get it right. We go from the lovely heart that's on the front, that's stamped, which is lovely, and then we do a leaf bracelet, which is stunning. Rachel's work's fabulous on it. And we do a butterfly, and we do some bowl beads, and we do all sorts of things, combining the wire with the polymer clay.
Fab. What level do we need to be at in either polymer or wire work?
Just beginner.
Really?
It goes right from scratch, yes.
That's great then. So even if you've never done polymer before?
No, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. They're quite easy techniques.
That is wonderful. So you've got 2 blocks of your white and black, 57 grams in each. Now, why white and black?
I just think that they are monochrome, and they just go with anything. And you'll notice that quite a few of the designs in the DVD might have something over the top of them, the wire or beads or something, but underneath you've got the base of the black or the white polymer clay.
In fact, this is some of it here that we're watching from this DVD, isn't it?
It is.
So it's going to show you how to do all of this, and in fact the colours you're using on there, a lot of them are black and white, aren't they?
They are, and then that's the leaf bracelet, which is really lovely.
So you can learn how to create all of these goodies you're seeing now with this DVD, but you're also going to be able to watch it and get started for yourself, because you've got these 2 blocks, the monochrome colours, and you've got 100 metres of your 0.6 silver wire as well. So even if you haven't touched wire before, you haven't touched polymer before, this is your chance to get your hands on it and be able to make something right there and then. The price should be £28.80. We're going lower. Your price today is not £28.80. It's £22 on the nose for you with this today. That is so wonderful that you're able to get your hands on it. And like I say, isn't it wonderful that you can watch the DVD, you can pause it, you can rewind it, you can play it back, you can, watch it time and time again. maybe you want to create something in black and white, and then actually you know, decide to later down the line buy more polymer off us, because actually that's something you now are really into. Then you can still watch the project DVD back and actually learn again, remind yourself how to do it, maybe with different colours or with different wires, or maybe you'll watch it and think, that's a good idea, I might add this to it. Because let's face it, as you make more, you become more creative, you kind of know what your limitations are, you want to try newer things. So it's a lovely, lovely place to get you started, but it's also just a great stash top up. If you haven't got this DVD yet, you're going to be getting some of the goodies for you. £22 for this on the 100 metres of wire, your black and white and your DVD as well. Hi Pete, thank you my love. So many goodies in this bundle. This is your polymer tool delight. Let's talk through all of these with Debbie Polymer Bulford. Talk to us about all of these things. So I've got your acrylic roller in here. Now, why is that important?
The acrylic roller will be fine for your silver clays, for your polymer clays, and that will obviously act as a roller, as a rolling pin, basically, just to roll your polymer clay nice and flat, and also to get rid of some of the ridges when you make your pendants.
Keeps it nice and smooth.
It does indeed.
Tweezies? Apart from your eyebrows, of course.
Well, they are just good to put your eye pins in. You know, when you put your bails in,
yeah,
it's good to get hold of the pin and push them so the points really do push right into the polymer clay pendant. But they're just useful for getting things out of the oven sometimes.
Yeah, actually, yeah. And if you've got little intricate bits in your polymer as well.
If you want to put beads into the polymer, they're good to be able to place the beads in them.
Do you know what, actually, they've got a bit of texture on them as well, so you could push it in.
You could. You could.
A bit of texture on there as well. I've also got the bead baking rack.
Yes, bead baking rack, essential. You can use a foil dish if you want to, but this has got pins inside to be able to put into your beads and then lay across the actual bead rack itself. You've got a sheet of acrylic inside. Do take that out. It is not to be baked on, and it is clear, so you might not notice it in the bottom of your baking rack. But that is useful. The clear acrylic sheet is useful for doing your long bracelets, to roll your long logs of clay.
That's fab. It does. It's really. Do you know what? I was shocked how useful and versatile it actually is with the different ledges and the different chopping angles.
I know. I mean, you can put at least a dozen pendants on the bottom of it, and 30, 40 beads over the top. I mean, I bake in the workshop every time. I've got 3 baking racks in a row, and I get through hundreds of beads in the day.
I've got here the measuring tool. Now, if you're watching on the internet, this will be different in the picture. This is what I'm showing you now, what you're getting. Do you remember before with the tote bag, I had the mandrel or the awl? Well, it's been switched over, the awls. They got switched over. Ignore the picture. You will not be getting the awls. You will be getting our clay measuring tool. The description's right, the picture's wrong.
Right, the ruler you need anyway to measure out bits and pieces, but if you don't want to use a ruler, that other tool there is good for texture, but also good if you want to make tiled bracelets, because you can just have a strip of clay, push into the clay the measuring tool, and it will give you the indentations of where to cut your tiles or your beads. It's perfect. It's really useful, actually, that is.
So I was surprised about this, the weight of it.
Yeah.
It's not flimsy, is it? It's pretty weighty.
It is weighty, yeah.
It's really great. As well as this, we have got the clay blades.
Yes, you've got your flexible blade, your stiff blade, your corrugated blade to do various designs, and your guard to put over all 3 when you've put it in your workbox so you don't cut your fingers.
Fab. And finally, these...
Your 25 cutters.
Spectacular cutters.
Yeah, they are, and the price of them is just silly.
I know, isn't it? Because if you go into a baking shop or a craft shop, the amount you pay
very
normally...
expensive.
So let's reiterate. 25 cutters, loads of your blades. You've got the measurer, you've got the bead baking rack, you've got the roller and the tweezers, should be. £30.70. Not today. LWGC96. This is your clay basics. All your essentials for just £14.95 for you today. That is such a stunning saving, isn't it? Clay basics today. You've got the bead and baking rack, you've got the acrylic, you've got everything I've got in my hands. £14.95 is the price on this today. That means essentially you are saving £15.75, which means that that is a better than half price deal. That is better than 50% off for all of this today. What do you think of that?
That is amazing. So I know how.
Look, the bead baking rack's just fainted.
I'm so shocked. I know how much they are in the shops, and that's just a silly price, really.
Yeah.
Amazing, amazing price.
Isn't that exceptional? Better than half price on all of this today. Way better than half price. Over £15 you're saving on this. It's only £14.95 on this today. It's a stunner. There's plenty of you there. Stay exactly where you are for this. I'm just going to have to move on. I've got so much more goodies to pick up. Which side, sorry? This one? Yeah. Ooh. This is a really exciting one because we've had a few people message in recently asking about, do we sell shepherd's hooks in different colours separately or as part of a bundle? Well, yes, we do. And we're going to prove that now. I have got, these are all 925. Please do bear that in mind when you see them. You can see it instantly because of the high shine, but also it's got this gorgeous richness to it. I've got for you here your gold and your rose gold shepherd's hooks. These are all of them together. Let me show you them. There they are. So, I've got of the gold. I adore this detail. It's almost a Celtic knot.
Oh, isn't that lovely?
Yeah. And it's movable
really
as well.
Pretty.
Isn't that pretty? But the thing is, you've got this in the gold and in the rose gold.
Oh, I like that.
Me too. And they've got movement, which I love.
Mm.
So you're going to be getting 3 pairs in the gold, 3 pairs, so you're getting 6 of these, and 3 pairs of these in the rose gold. So 6 pairs of that design all together, but in the 2 different colourways. You're also going to be getting, of the rose gold, this gizmo-like effect at the base, and there's 20 of these that you've got just before the eye pin. You see, you've got the gizmo in coil. 20 of these you'll be getting, and these are 16mm. And this again is in that beautiful rose gold colour. And then finally, you've got these. I don't know how to describe them. They remind me a bit Art Deco for some reason. These are your golden coloured shepherd's hooks, and they've got this sort of upside down teardrop.
Yeah, they have. I've seen people actually stick a tiny brulette to that.
Oh wow, that's a really nice idea, because it is concave.
It is, yes.
So you can absolutely do that.
Yeah, it's lovely. Really is lovely.
And of these, you again are going to be getting 3 pairs. Is that right? No, 5 pairs. 5 pairs of these. So you've got 5 pairs of these ones, 3 pairs of the ones with the Celtic knot in the gold, 3 pairs of the Celtic knot ones in the rose gold, and then you've got 20 of the rose gold with the little coil, the little gizmoed coil on there. So in total you're getting 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31 of these. That's 31 in total. No, it's not. How many pairs are you getting? 31 pairs. Wowzers. 31 pairs. How is that? Really? Hang on, let me do some maths. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 pairs we're getting in this. I think the 3 is a little bit different because we've got 20 of the rose gold, but they're individuals, aren't they? So 21 pairs in total you'll be getting. Let me pick them up and we'll show you. So you're getting 3 pairs of these ones, 3 with this design. You're getting 5 pairs of these ones. You're getting 10 pairs of this. And you're getting 3 pairs of this ones. We are sorry that the code's wrong. How do you feel about doing a lower price because of that? Because that is completely a mess up on our part. It was meant to be £30.80, but because we've messed that up, we're going to give you a crack. That was a saving, by the way. That was a saving price, genuinely. We're doing it £22.95 for you today, just to apologise. It is 21 pairs, not 31. £22.95. These are all 925, and then they've got this coating on them of 7 carat gold or rose gold. £22.95. ERGC 36. Genuinely, we were going to go to £30 as an apology price slash. £22.95 is the price on this today. Get yourself on the phone lines for this. ERGC 36 is the price. Get your hands on these today. It's a great for a stash top up. And I was asking Laura Biden this the other day actually. When it comes to 925, sorry, do you find it different people purchasing it from you? Do you know what, does that make sense the way I've just worded that?
I think yes, because they know they don't have to worry about any allergies.
No.
For one thing. And I think people are very price conscious at the moment. So they want value for money. And the cheaper jewellery isn't always what they want now. They want something they know is going to actually be probably go up in value. It's more an investment than just a throwaway piece of jewellery.
Definitely.
So I think definitely yes, people are looking for something a little bit more special.
So this is a wonderful, and that is a real special price as well, £22.95. It was going to be saved for over 30. It's £22.95 saving for you today, just to apologise for that graphical error. So I've been having messages in apparently about this tote bag, and have we missed it? You have, but I'll recap it real quick for you. You've got the tote bag and you've got loads of goodies inside it. Ignore the picture if you're online, I'll just say that straight away, because there's a picture of a tool that isn't in here, but what is in here is the awl which isn't on the picture. So you have got the knotting awl. You have also got your comfort grip pliers, 3 of these. You've got the comfort grip side cutters, the chain nose pliers, and the crimping pliers as well. Ergonomically designed. They've got a little bit of extra squidge about them. Do you notice the difference when you're working with these, genuinely?
Yes, I do. I notice the difference between pliers quite a lot because I've got arthritis in my hand, and sometimes they just hit you on the wrong point. But those in particular, the handles are really nice and soft, and they are the same as the red ones that are in the big kit. But the handles are slightly longer, so it doesn't hit you mid-palm.
That funny bit of your palm that's quite delicate.
They're longer, so they're better.
Yeah, that's stunning. Also, you've got your mandrel in here as well. And this is the different shape mandrel, so you can do your triangles, your squares, you can also do your circles and your ovals as well on this. The should-be price of this was £38.70, because remember this tote bag is £17.95. Your price today, discounted, £25 for you today. That's all it was. It's going to be. It was meant to be £38.70. So you have got a massive saving on this today. 3 comfort grip cutters and pliers, your ring mandrel, 2 awls. You get 2 in this pack as well. And the tote bag, which is normally £17.95. That means on this today you're saving £13.70 today. Thank you very much for joining us. We've got more of you back on the phone lines again. Treat yourself to this today. It's, as the code, well, as the name says, Totes amaze. And you do love your tote bag, don't you?
I do. I do. Just find it really useful to just pick things up and move it, but it still looks nice and neat and tidy.
There's so much space in there.
There is.
And you know, even if you've just got maybe little sandwich boxes that you want to put in.
Absolutely.
Just to keep, if you're doing it with gemstones, I mean.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, quite right.
Hello. Hello. Now, we challenged you at a bit of a last minute, didn't we?
Yes.
And I decided to pick for you gemstone strands that I think would be relatively difficult to work with. Because I said that there was the pre-night, which I said I didn't want you to just do a normal pendant with it.
No.
Because that's what I would do. There's nothing wrong with doing a normal pendant, but I wanted something a little bit different. And then I also gave her that beautiful strand of lapis lazuli in the top drilled rice beads because I'd never seen them before.
I hadn't either, actually.
And look at what we have created. Oh my goodness, this pre-night necklace. This is your bi-coloured pre-night faceted pairs at the bottom of your screen, £12.95. I love. How did we do this?
Oh, it's so easy. Just did a few coils along a piece of wire and just threaded them on, really.
What wire is that?
It's 0.8, no, it's 1 mil wire, and then it's 0.6 going through the gemstones, and just coil them onto the little loops.
That is so beautiful and really wearable as well, I'd imagine.
Yes, actually, I did put it on because I thought I wanted to make sure it fitted, but yes, it does work.
I love how it glistens in the light as well.
I know,
You can really see the
beautiful?
faceting.
It is, it's stunning.
Oh, you see this faceting here as
Isn't
the light
it
hits it.
That is lovely.
Isn't it?
Yeah, I do like that.
Oh, look. £12.95 for you on this. You've also made a little pair of earrings with it as
just
well.
cheating,
Take
because
a
that's
look.
really what you didn't want me to do, I'm sure. It was just do a
No,
quick
that's
coil.
not cheating. No, I just said drop pendant.
Right, fine.
How did we create this?
Just by doing a loop on the top and then continuing the coil around and around and around and around, just to let it go to the bottom and then just bring it back up to the top.
Wait, so do you do the loop first?
Yes.
Because I've tried to do this and it seems to just scrunch.
No, if you do the loop first
At the
and then
top.
go round, but don't force it, just let the wire just run round and then just bring it back up to the top, otherwise it will come undone.
Good tip, because I've done that before and it's gone funny.
Yes.
And finally, your lapis lazuli on this bracelet. Take a look.
I've just bundled them together, really.
Oh, isn't that fun? Isn't that
quite
funky?
stiff, but I thought I'd just use some of the tubes that were on the other bracelet.
You're going to love this. Look.
Just use the tubes, because I didn't want to use any more silver beads. So yes, just wrapped it and made it a bit different. Very quickly, in an hour.
Well, yeah, you did really well on this. So this is just the tubes from the pre-night strand.
Yeah.
That are used as the spacers that you've wrapped in wire. I love it. Debbie B, when are you next with us?
Sunday, Easter Sunday, and don't forget that competition for your Easter bonnets and bunnies.
Bonnets and bunnies. We will see you then. I will be back with you on Friday. I have got treats galore, and after the break, it's Ed with that lovely strand of Labradorite I showed you earlier on. See you after this. Have an absolutely lovely evening. See you then.
Bye.
The fastest way to shop with Jewellery Maker is by going to our website. Just click on the sign up button. Once you've filled in the required details, you can start shopping. You can watch the show by clicking the Watch Live button on the front page. You can also use our Refine tool and narrow down your search. Once you've found an item that you like, just simply click on the Buy Now button and the item will be added to your basket. Don't forget you can add as many items to your basket per day and still only pay 1 P&P. Enjoy shopping with Jewellery Maker.
Get involved with Jewellery Maker by sending the studio a message during our live hours. You can send a text to 60777 and start your message with JM Studio, or alternatively, go to our website and click on Watch the Live Show, simply type your message into the box and press send. Make sure you stay tuned in case your message is read out. Get interactive with Jewellery Maker.
Welcome to the late show here on Jewellery Maker. My name's Ed. Thank you so much for joining us this evening, and we're going to make it worth your while. If you've just tuned in and you haven't been enjoying